So like everything now, they'll hear me once they come back.
I don't know. All
Fuck
right,
it.
so I can speak
Yeah, you
now.
can go ahead.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Let me make sure I have everything else muted. I want to be on a. Where's my gimmick?
Where's the?
I need to see. I need to preview it. Watch on. There we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There we go. Perfect. Oh man, that actually is pretty fast. A lot faster than Google Hangouts. What's up, everybody? We are here to do the Raw review for what month is this? April 11th, 2016. And joining me today, because he's been helping me all day, and he has nothing else better to do with his time. We have Osiris.
Of course.
Speed, please spell your name for the
That's
people.
going to be OSIRIS for those who don't already know. But if you also don't know my channel, that is Off the Barricade. You can spell it out however you want. You'll still find it on YouTube. So, yeah.
What do you do with Off the Barricade?
See, on the Off the Barricade thing, I do the review thing. I do the gameplay thing. I do the...
And that's it. Perfect. So, I'm just going to cut you off right there. So, tonight's review, we got a lot to talk about. By the way, don't mind what you see on the stream. I just wanted to try out something real quick. I threw something together just because, again, I want to put the chat over. So it's going to be a whole lot of bacon. It's going to be a whole lot of gimmicks. It's going to be a whole lot of nonsense you guys see in the chat. But I wanted to make sure I put the chat over a little bit. And it's still going to be a little work in progress. Man, for me, tonight's Raw was a good one. And you personally,
He said it's a good one.
you
Hilarious.
You're a hard cookie. Like what's your what'd you feel about this? Without just in one word, 2 words.
2 words? Easy. The fuck.
The fuck. Okay, we got the fuck, and I'm here to explain that to you because there's going to be other people out there who are also going to be like the fuck, and I'm here to explain that stuff. It's my job. It's what I do. But before we do, tonight is going to be a special night. Tonight's going to be special, Mr. Osiris.
It'll be special. Wow.
Because if you guys can, if you're watching live or if you're watching post stream, I want you to turn your volume up right now.
Turn it up. Turn.
Turn it up as loud as you can because I don't know how to.
Oh, okay. I can actually help you right now. Since this is all midstream, go to the bottom right of your Windows. You got to go to the sound settings, and
this one. This one.
Hold on a second. Wait a minute.
Or the main one.
The main one.
Okay.
And then
sound.
Yeah.
Not playback devices.
It doesn't matter actually because either way, go to communications, and
all
then
right.
and then press do nothing.
Oh. All right. Here we go. Yeah, good booking. All right. I'm gonna play this. This is a special night. This right here.
It's the audio for.
What you mean, like turn it down?
No, because once the call started, it automatically went down by itself.
I don't know what the hell you talking.
Go back to audio.
God damn it! Should have been talked about already.
Yeah, I know.
Look, we're at 71.
Turn it up.
It's gonna be pretty damn loud. All right. Can I get back to?
Go ahead.
All right. Thank you. So, I want you guys to bow your heads. Pray to whatever Jesus you believe in, because I'm gonna play a clip right now, and it's gonna take a minute or two, but it's gonna set the mood for tonight's Raw review. So, without any further ado.
I get it. No sound is going through.
Fucking A! You serious?
I'm actually checking it right now. No sound is going through.
Well, it was really low. How about now? You still don't hear it?
Like no sound is going. Hold on.
You mean like not even us?
Hold on a second. I'm hearing it through a stream through your mic. It's really low.
Oh, well, I know. That's why they have to turn. That's the gimmick. You turn up everything. Like, it's as loud as they can. But you can, like, barely hear it, right?
But yeah. You you still need to fix it because the Skype ends up forcing you. You have to go back to sounds.
All right, here's what I'm gonna do.
Go.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
No.
I'm gonna outbook you, and then we'll
go
book you back
to
in.
sounds first.
Let me just outbook you.
Okay, go ahead.
Maybe that'll turn me up. All right, back to this. Nope, that ain't do it.
Dig it up. I don't give a shit. Yeah, that's what you look like. A guy who doesn't give a shit. That's ridiculous. How long are you gonna keep lying for, Mikey, huh? When's it gonna stop? What happens in the dark comes out in the light. Give it a rest, Trevor. There's nothing there. This is it. Moment of truth. If I didn't know. Brad! Look, we do what we gotta do to survive. This thing, it didn't work out the way it was supposed to. Oh, how was that, huh? With Brad in the can and me in the ground, or both of us in the coffin? Brad got shot. You saw it. He didn't make it. I got shot. I did. That's it. I think the only thing that didn't go as planned was me showing up on your doorstep 10 years later.
And we're gonna pause it there. That right there. I'm gonna call Osiris back.
Yeah.
I know it was pretty low, and that probably didn't even help. But
no,
fuck
it did not.
Hope they was wearing headphones or some shit. But got the point across. They heard grunts and they heard something.
They heard a little bit. I heard a little bit. It was very, very low.
Then you know what? That makes it even better on how they're gonna be kayfabe. So
Even better.
tonight we start off Raw, and I can understand your what the fuck, right? Your what the fuck starts from the moment Raw came on
Oh hell yeah! Well,
with Shane O'Mac, Shane McMahon.
Shane McMahon coming back. Don't y'all love it? He was back here last week, even though didn't he? What? So what happened to that match? Right? There was a match that he was in, right? That was for control of Raw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I'm pretty sure Shane lost that match, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how? Why?
Why is he here?
Again.
Why was he there last week?
Again.
Right?
Last week, fine, passable. You know, the people wanted it. So now you're telling me that the people wanted it so much that he's back again, even though Vince McMahon still has the power to keep him at bay. Okay, cool. Whatever.
Doesn't make sense. Now, you know, you could say, feel good moment. Okay, cool, great. You know, one day I'll let it pass. That's Vince saying, okay, it's the Raw after Mania. It's a very special thing. We're going to give the crowd what they want. We'll give them Shane. Fuck it. Right? Okay, cool. But when you do it a second week, especially because me personally, I think that last week's show wasn't all that good. I didn't like last week's show.
Last week's show was not a good way to
So
start that off.
this uproar of support for Shane O'Mac wanting him to come back for another week that WWE's tweeting about, I don't buy that. I don't buy it. I didn't see it.
No one really said that.
So they bring him out again. And in my right mind, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, okay, Vince said, you lose this match, you're out of my life, you're out of my will, you're no longer a son of mine, but here you can have Raw again.
I disown you. But here.
That's no longer his child. That's a stranger now, and he's running Raw. So I'm with you on that. But if we would have got what we had tonight and put that over on what we had last week, would have been much better, because I just felt like what we got tonight made me say, man, that's different. Things were booked differently. You can see, I hate to say this because WWE has done a good job of doing this. They do it all the time. They do a good job at getting your hopes up. There was a lot of things that happened tonight that got my hopes up, and the main source of those things was aggression. We got a lot of aggression tonight from almost everybody. Almost everybody.
Eh.
No? Okay.
Just
hey,
a
I'll
few
look at
people
the,
here
I'll
and
look,
there, but
I'll look at the list of
but
matches.
just
I will look at the list of
okay.
matches.
You understand that there are 2 matches here that that happened tonight that pretty much show you that it was actually shit.
Hold up, wait. I'm just talking about aggression. That's what I'm talking about.
But
Just aggression. Just aggression. We'll go to the first one. Kevin Owens and Cesaro.
great match, but
All right. This match right here, excuse me, was more of like this match was completely just playing to the crowd. I wouldn't count this as an aggressive match because
headlock.
that was
Headlock
hilarious.
master.
Though. That was hilarious though. I'm not ready to talk about the matches yet. I just want to go through the matches and see like what I would consider guys being more aggressive in their matches. So this one, I wouldn't say there was like an aggression, not for what I'm aiming to talk about for tonight. So I wouldn't say that set the tone. What was the next match that we got? All right, they did the Miz backstage. We got Natalya. Was Natalya next? Oh no. They did segments and then we did New Day.
Yeah, they did New Day, Bootios, sponsored by Bootios.
So the first match that we got after was the Dudley Boyz and the Lucha Dragons.
Yep, Dudley Boyz and Lucha.
So I don't know if Kalisto was just out there selling or not.
Nah, that looked like a legit injury.
But Bubba, yo, Bubba's just one of them dudes that just don't give a fuck.
I think this is already known that he really does not give a fuck. He's shown that for a while.
Bubba doesn't, and the way that the Dudleys wrestled this match, there was aggression here. Like there was actual fight here. Like they beat the shit out of Sin Cara. And this is actually the first time Sin Cara's taken a pin since he's come back, right?
No.
On Raw?
No. This happened plenty of times. Difference.
No. Since he came back?
Since he came back.
It's been Kalisto taking the pins.
No, it's actually been Sin Cara.
No.
It's been Sin Cara.
No, because you even asked it in your own review. You said, when's the last time Sin Cara took
No, I
see,
said
don't do that.
when the last
don't
time
do that.
Sin Cara
I pay
boxed.
attention.
That's what I said. That's
well,
what
nah,
I
see,
said.
he don't see.
Even in this match, he hasn't even botched. Kalisto, on the other
Yeah,
hand,
he don't. Yeah. He got rid of the botching gimmick.
Kalisto, on the other hand, I don't know what the fuck happened to him tonight. If that man actually, if it comes up that he actually has like some type of injury, I don't know. Maybe it'll be the reverse for him. Maybe he'll start botching when he comes back from injury. No one knows.
Dudley's, I sensed a lot of aggression and I'm trying my best to stay away from the word attitude in this. But that's what I'm kind of getting at when I'm saying aggression. Let's see. We're going to move along. And again, we're not talking about matches yet. All right, Natalya and Charlotte.
Now, there was that I can understand just somewhat. It's just that it was just the same old from them. They never really shown aggression. Natalya or Charlotte has never really shown any aggression in their matches that they had against each other. Now, I can understand
but it was a good match.
It was a decent match. I'm not
gonna say it wasn't bad.
Not the best of.
It wasn't their best one, no.
But
one of their best one, Roadblock. Then we go to NXT, the one that they had for the title. That was their best one.
It shows you that it really wasn't anything because this one was for a title.
Hold on, wait, no, we're not doing this yet. We're not reviewing the matches yet.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like they didn't put in a lot of effort to really get you into it or even be compared to the aggression.
Okay, stop. You're reviewing the match. Shut up. All right.
Match.
We got the Usos
Stop. Next.
versus Heath Slater. No, because there was aggression that took place.
Wait, what? What the fuck are you talking about? What?
The club came out and beat the snot. And beat the snot.
That doesn't even count as the match that was over. The match
done.
We're next.
Hey, no, that counts because they beat the hell out of these dudes, and I'm so fucking happy that it finally happened.
But that was
fucking
after. That was after it already happened.
But I'm pointing out aggression points.
Okay, aggression points that happened during that happened.
AJ Styles and Sami Zayn.
That was like the best match of the night. Fuck it.
That shit just calmed him down so quick.
Because that was the best match of the damn night. I don't know who could really say otherwise. You know, it's like Sami Zayn just had best in 2 damn good matches in 1 month.
AJ Styles tonight
was
This is more so of a style that I said it on Twitter. This is more so of a style that he's wrestled in Japan, where he's just very aggressive, and I'm trying to stay away from the word attitude, but there was an attitude behind what he was doing tonight, and we'll talk about that one. So I would say that that's another. And the next match we got was we got a segment where there was some attitude in there with Dean. We still got to find Jericho's shirt. Have no idea what that thing is. Here's a match that had zero attitude at all. Apollo Crews. This dude needs an attitude. You can't be a black smile. All right, for real.
Like, we talked about this months ago.
Let's look on Instagram and find out how many black dudes is smiling out here in the streets, bro. Dudes ain't smiling, bro.
Stop.
Dudes ain't smiling.
No. You're not realizing one thing with Apollo Crews. He's
me.
not just black. The man's African.
That's even worse. They don't have water in Africa.
Fuck. No, I don't mean like he was directly from Africa. I mean he comes from an African family.
So he missed out on a lot of water.
What? Wow. What?
He should be pissed off, this guy.
Okay.
This dude is always... Probably because he got a whole lot of water.
Oh, my God. This guy.
And then we have... Actually, I'm not lying to you. Look, because you're going to think I'm lying. You're going to think I'm lying. Wait, I'm going to share my screen because you're going to think I'm lying.
What are you talking about?
So I just talked about the Apollo Crews, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I go to scroll down for the next match. Commercial break. More to come. Continue refreshing. It doesn't tell me anything.
Okay.
It just stops there. It says Roman Reigns, and then it just cuts off.
Wait.
I'm not lying. It's right. Look.
Wait.
I can't make this up. Wait. Okay, there it is.
Okay,
there it is.
There you go.
But still, that's funny.
Nothing pretty much happened after that.
That's funny. There was some aggression in that handicap match there. All right, so now let's talk about these matches.
There was really something like there was a lot of ass whooping that was put on Roman Reigns in that match.
Let's
drop that ad.
Let's talk about the actual matches.
All right.
Before I do, you're gonna have to go on ahead. Let me eat right quick. So I need my list of matches once again. So we're gonna start this thing off talking about shit.
Whoa! Before you do that, you gotta put yourself over. You gotta put yourself over. Remember to hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already hit the thumbs up button, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe.
You are a much better man at doing this than I am. I'm actually gonna hit the thumbs up button my damn self. That's what all the cool kids should be doing.
If you haven't already hit the thumbs up button, hit that thumbs up button. What are you doing? You're missing out on life. If you hit the thumbs down button, it's okay. It is what it is. But hit that thumbs up button. It'll make you feel better. And
how the fuck did I become racist wiser? What did I do?
When are you not racist wiser?
They don't have water in Africa.
How do you not racist wiser? This man is from Atlanta. He is from an African family. I did not say that he was from Africa. I say he was African.
So what did that have to do with him smiling all
Africans
stupid?
smile all the damn time when they're not in Africa. That's why.
So he's like coming to America guy.
There you go.
He's Eddie
now
Murphy.
You're understanding.
So his gimmick is
Yes,
Eddie Murphy from Coming to America?
Yes. Fuck you too.
With the King Joffy Joe?
Joffy Joe.
Oh my God. So who's gonna be? I get
There
it.
you go.
I get it. Now I see why he wrestled Ziggler the first. I mean, not Ziggler. What's
Adam
the boy
Rose,
name?
You get it now.
No, not Adam Rose. Young Buck Ziggler. What's the little boy name?
Tyler Breeze.
What's the little boy name? Tyler Gimmick.
But
yes.
it's also the same reason why.
Because Tyler Gimmick is the Soul Glow guy.
Just let your wait. What? Wait. Hold up. How about that? I was just saying, just let your soul glow. I'm like, wait, hold up. Wait, how do you put one with the other? Where the fuck did that come from?
Just let it happen.
Where the hell did that come from?
That's Tyler Gimmick's gimmick. All right. So
wait.
Okay.
One more thing
right.
before we continue
Before
on.
we start?
Before we continue
Okay.
on. Also, just in case you don't know, I'm not sure if Wiser actually put the link in the description. He should, but Wiser also has a donation thing set up, just in case you want to come through, show love, drop $1
All right,
or two.
I'll go grab it. I got.
He's about to put a link in the description, so by the time you actually hear this, it should actually already be there. He's going on.
Maybe.
I can still. He's screen sharing with me, and he's going to completely wrong places. He was on the screen, and now he's just going all the way to the left. But soon as he puts that link in there, I'll just drop that link for you guys. You know, just in case you want to show love.
Copy.
You know, while you're here, you know, if you want to go
Son of a
above
bitch.
and beyond, is basically what I'm saying.
Yo, this dude knows how to stall. That's
Then
excellent.
if that's the case, then
This dude's stall game is
if you want
crazy.
to go above and beyond, you could just give Wiser a second. He'll be happy to drop that link for you guys. He'll put it in the chat and he'll also put it in the description. But also, just to let you know, also, just in case you didn't already, remember to hit that thumbs up button. Like I said, it helps out in the long run. You know, you can go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. I see that there's 114 thumbs up. That is great.
All right. And this donation link that's in the description will be gone whenever this when the stream is over. So
it will be gone.
Yeah.
So if you haven't already, hit that refresh. Link is in the description. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and drop that link for you guys. You know, just in case you want.
All right. Quick little plug, since people are asking for it so much tonight, and I don't know why. They want me to do this shots gimmick thing. I'm thinking about making that like you know something I. Well, no, it's not going to be during this.
No,
review.
after.
Nah,
It should be after. Just make another one, and that should be after the late night.
Oh, I was just going to put like a different day or some shit.
Okay, I mean, that's all on you. If you don't want to get drunk on a Wednesday, Monday or Tuesday or whatever, that's all on you.
I mean, I can't have that happen to me again, like solo.
Tory
so,
Gunk, good one.
Okay, so now, did we talk about?
Oh yeah,
show?
we're going ahead now.
Do we have anything that we need to say about Shane?
The f-
I think that Shane is going to get a lot of credit tonight from, I don't want to say the IWC, but the people that actually believe that
He's the one.
him being,
Like,
you know, him running the show tonight, everything that happened was because of him. Excuse me.
Let's be realistic here. If that's the case, and he was even getting credit from them, then he should be getting credit for last week and how shit last week was. Because fuck last week. And to be honest,
Yeah, but people think that last week was actually
yeah,
good
but fuck last week. It wasn't that good, and I don't know why people
wasn't.
actually thought that. It was,
because of the crowd. Some people actually like that crowd. I thought that crowd was
that
terrible.
crowd was just whatever. That crowd was bland. That crowd was average. It was legit average. And I get it.
Alright.
It was a crowd that was, you know, since, you know, people who actually decide to stay.
Kevin Jordan, Raw did not suck tonight. We're gonna talk about it. We getting there.
And you know, it made sense.
Osiris wants to bury last week's Raw a
Yeah,
little bit more.
I got it. I got the shovel. And it makes sense because last week, you know, it was the weekend, WrestleMania weekend. You know, you had the 3 shows, and it's okay because most of the people there came for the 3 shows. It's all right. It's fine. But compared to the other Raws after WrestleMania, that one was just the crowd, at least. The rest of the show was just whatever. It's just like another night. But this Raw tonight wasn't all that better. It was better, but it wasn't all that better.
Okay. Now, some people say that this crowd tonight was ass. What do you think about this crowd tonight? I actually like this crowd tonight.
I mean, could have been better. I mean, there was a pop that was needed when they came out, and all I was like, where is this pop? Why don't I hear these people? They are.
Oh, you're talking about the bullet gimmick, Schnaber.
No. They're the Gimmick Club.
The Gimmick
The
Club.
Gimmick Club. And
Okay.
when they came out, it was like, why are they not off?
That bugged me out because LA that's a smart crowd over
Yeah.
there. So when they came out, this crowd, like their skin should have been on the floor,
Like-
and their souls should have been in the
Like,
air.
you mean to tell me that they are so much of marks that you know when to boo the crap out of Roman Reigns, but you don't know when the hell to get up on your feet and cheer your ass off when you see the Bullet Club?
And that's the gimmick. That's the gimmick. See, the smart crowd. We'll talk about this. The smart crowd, they want to boo Roman Reigns, right? That's typically what it is, and that's gonna carry it. That's gonna carry into a lot of towns until they get over their
Pretty
shit.
much.
So they bank themselves on being smart. We're smart. We know to boo this guy because we don't like this guy because of whatever the fuck reason. But we're not gonna fucking go crazy when the Gimmick Club comes out. These people know. These people in LA know who the Gimmick Club is. I mean, they're all of the indies, not all of them, but most indies are in LA. They're out there in California. They know the PWGs and all of those places. They know them all. So they definitely know the New Japan people. And they definitely know the Bullet Club because when you think of the Bullet Club goes everywhere. They're not just in Japan. They bring their asses to America too. They're in ROH. They're in PWG. What's the other fucking one that they've been into? I'm trying to think. They want. What's the one that Nakamura wrestled in sometimes? Oh my god, what is it? Where did he wrestle? Zack Sabre Jr.? That wasn't Evolve, was it?
I think you're.
Progress.
I think you're.
Fuck
I
it.
think you're
Other
thinking
places.
of a UK promotion, but I'm pretty sure it was a UK promotion.
That was UK.
I'm not sure. I think it was.
All right. Either way, this crowd should fucking know who the Gimmick Club is. Everybody fucking know. As much as people talk about them on the internet, as much as people read about them in dirt sheets, and as much people been talking about, we want the Bullet Club. They're debuting this week. They're debuting this week. Here they fucking come, and the crowd doesn't pop.
And what's crazy is that WWE will mention the crap out of Finn Balor being the.
All right. See, we got to see. All right. Look.
Okay, Phil Bacon. Flynn.
I just want to know where this Baylor, like, was this on purpose?
It was by accident, and I just kept on going. After.
So you just
By accident,
all
I
right,
just kept on going with it.
and you made it a
Yeah,
gimmick.
It just happened.
This is the same way Flynn became
Yeah.
okay, and then it transitioned into Phil Bacon.
Yes.
Got you.
So it just
Baylor
came out of nowhere. It's just whatever.
I'm like, what are all these extra letters that he's adding? What is this?
Flynn Balor.
Okay, so
Phil Bacon, Flynn Balor. That, you know what? That's
Rev Pro. That's what I was thinking of. Thanks. Is it I am on? It'll be in the chat soon enough.
Rev Pro.
You know,
I see.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. So it bugs me out that crowd didn't really like. They responded, but it wasn't like, listen to what they do with Reigns. I expect them to do that with the Gimmick Club.
Wait. But that's why I was trying to say, like, as many times as they'll mention Finn actually being the.
And WWE's been hyping this.
Yeah, but listen. As much as they mentioned him being a former leader and all that stuff, after Finn left, then it was AJ, Machine Gun, and then the rest of them, right?
Yeah.
Now.
And they can't act like they don't, because just like you said, they're mentioning it with Phil on NXT, right?
Exactly.
This crowd knows the NXT roster because Enzo and Cass comes out. They know the whole routine.
Exactly, because they're synonymous. Finn is actually synonymous.
If they know that whole routine, that means they watch NXT. If they watch NXT, then they've heard about them talking about the Balor Gimmick Club.
Them shirts are going to be gone.
And then, not only that, but they're talking about the Gimmick Club on Raw. So I don't want to hear nobody say this crowd didn't know who they were.
Let one of the.
It's impossible, because they just looking at them react to the Enzo and Cass thing lets me know they know exactly who the Gimmick Club is. They know exactly. It's impossible that they wouldn't know. So I'm just bugged out on how they're not reacting a lot more livelier than they were, unless the mics were cut, which I doubt.
No, they would definitely have them.
Which I doubt.
Yeah.
All right. So Shane is going to get a lot of. He's going to get a lot of. He's going to get a lot of applause for tonight because so much happened.
Don't know why.
Because, again, for people that think like, oh, since Shane's going to be in charge, like there was legit some people that thought, all right, since Shane is going to be in charge, things are legit going to change. Like, not even thinking about backstage is still going to be backstage. That shit ain't changing.
Yeah, like Vince is still back there. What are you talking about?
Like, yeah, that's not changing at all. Don't get your hopes up.
You think he got in that limo? Yeah.
Don't get your hopes up. Yeah, Vince got in the limo and got right back off as soon as the camera was off.
Exactly. That's not how it works.
Right back out of there. So Kevin Owens and Cesaro. Oh, because all right, wait, because we got to talk about how Kevin Owens came out and say he was robbed.
Yeah, that has to be.
We got to talk about that a little bit. So, the boy Shane talks about how since Sami Zayn wasn't given the opportunity in that Fatal 4-Way, he's going to have an opportunity to qualify for the number one contender spot. And if he wins against AJ Styles, it will become a
triple threat.
And immediately I said, yeah, Sami Zayn.
Yeah, obviously.
It's not happening. Get out of here, bro.
Stop.
You're not in the plans right now, bro.
We got nothing for you. We're just gonna have you with like mid-card hell until we actually put you against Kevin Owens the way that we want to. Like what?
And the funny thing about it is, when I immediately thought he's not going to win, Kevin Owens didn't even cross my mind. I just flat out said, yeah, he's not winning.
Yeah.
And then Owens' music hit, and then I said, oh yeah, Kevin Owens exists. He's definitely not winning that. So he comes out. What's this whole thing? This guy doesn't deserve anything. You haven't been around here for a while. I understand. So you're probably retarded. You took that bump off the cage, and you stupid.
That's basically what he said.
So I was robbed. I'm always getting robbed. I didn't lose my title. I wasn't beat for it. Everything that he talked about as far as being robbed all went to Sami Zayn. Like, he's like, at the ladder match, he's like, I didn't lose. Sami Zayn DDTs me through the ladder.
Yeah, just basically saying F.
Everything was Sami Zayn. You know, which obviously they're gonna have their feud. Real quick, do you think that they should be having this feud now?
Oh, great. With no build? Oh, that's awesome. With no build. With hardly any build. We're building it up after WrestleMania, which would have been a perfect time to actually have it happen. I
personally don't think that this feud should be starting now.
I said it before and I'll say it again. They should have started this after Sami came back from injury.
Yeah.
The time is long past.
Because Zayn eliminate Kevin Owens from the Rumble?
Mm-hmm.
And then he just disappeared.
Yep. We'll take him off screen again. He'll come back.
So not only that,
he'll come back randomly down the line in a month.
Not only that, when he came back, and to this day, they still haven't mentioned that he cost Kevin Owens the world title by eliminating him in the Royal Rumble. They don't even bring it up. They don't bring. Yo, I still don't know who Sami Zayn is.
This Sami Zayn gimmick.
They're not giving him. All right, even better. What's Sami Zayn's character?
Oh, he's an underdog. That's from Canada, and he's not just a Canadian. He has red hair. He can speak different languages. He's
What's our reason for giving a fuck about Sami Zayn?
He's an underdog. He's an underdog. Fuck it.
Says who? Who says he's an underdog?
Sami Zayn, because he keeps on pointing it out every damn week. I just want to point out that interview, that backstage interview, right? That they had with Sami.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just want to point out that he said the exact same thing he said last week. The only difference is that he added in what happened to him last week. They call me the underdog from the underground, whatever the fuck that means.
This guy is missing so much that NXT built for him. Here's what I don't understand about the main roster. Triple H and those guys down in NXT, they build these guys characters. They give them characters, they give them personalities and everything. Which should just be a transition into the main roster. Like, all right, Vince, we got these guys prepped for you. Here you go. Just stick to the script. That's all you got to do, Vince. Stick to the script. Let the story tell itself. No, we're going to tweak this, tweak that. We're going to change this and that. Tyler Breeze, we're going to strip you of your whole gimmick, and you are now Tyler Gimmick. Sami Zayn, you wear a hat. And we're
okay, he was wearing a hat when he came back from injury. That's not on him.
Like, well, no, I'm just saying, like, that's his gimmick.
He just wears a hat.
That's his gimmick. He wears a hat.
That's just it.
That's the gimmick.
That's it. He just wears a hat.
He just wears a hat.
He's going to start doing the Cena thing. He starts throwing it to the crowd.
I think that's the only one he got.
You know what? Believable.
Yo, we didn't get any Naomi tonight, did we?
Black people? Are they part of New Day?
You're right.
There you go. What do you mean?
You're absolutely right.
Do they make Vince money?
I apologize.
What's wrong with you? You got New Day. You better be happy. And they
thoroughly
didn't even wrestle tonight.
apologize.
You better be happy.
So, yeah, you got the smiling African guy.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, we'll get to that when let's get this in order, man.
Who found a patch of water. All right, so...
This racist Wiser is running wild.
So... Shane's like, all right, you want an opportunity. You want to get your title back. You want your rematch. Well, first you have to earn it. And Twitter was just in the uproar like, well, why the fuck should this guy have to earn it? Well, there's a new authority right now, and he makes his new rules.
And he don't give a
simple as that.
Fuck about logic.
Fuck that instant rematch shit. No, earn that some bitch. Which I agree with. That's how it should be. You don't just lose your title and then you automatically get a rematch. Fuck that shit.
Okay, are you serious right now, or
You think that you should just automatically get a rematch? You lost. Well, in Kevin Steen,
wait.
In Kevin Steen's, but he didn't lose his title.
Wait.
So he can get one.
Whoa.
Go.
So what you're saying is you want to actually do this by actual professional sportsman rules.
Yes, earn it.
Nah, fuck that shit. This is sports entertainment. What's wrong with you? This is sports entertainment. You look here, just like they had last week with not Sami Zayn, with Zack Ryder, right? On that show that no one watched. He had a rematch for his title, and he lost.
Pointless.
So he had a rematch right after. Fuck all that noise. There you go. And the only reason for that is because the title changed hands. That's the reason why they did that. It's still going by rules. It's just that the titles changed hands to someone else, so we can't have a rematch against the same person.
But look, my personal thoughts on this is, I don't agree with you just unless it's a situation like Owens where he didn't lose his title, he could get that rematch.
So you just saying doing it like an actual rank?
If it's a 1-on-1 and you lose, fuck you.
Just do it like a legitimate rankings. Like F all that noise.
I am always an advocate for fucking rankings and power rankings. Absolutely.
It hasn't been like that in years.
It hasn't been like that since TNA.
Okay, true, but it'll never be like.
And I don't think ever in WWE.
Well, it was once in a long time.
Then this whole must have been when I wasn't watching.
It actually was around the time when you started watching. When you were watching.
No, because there was a break that I had when I went to college.
No, I'm talking about no. It used to be like that. There used to be rankings.
There was rankings. I mean, I thought everybody just jobbed out the whole game.
There goes the rankings. He was number 1, and everybody else ended up being number 2, and then them getting knocked down to number 5. That's how it went.
Well, no, see, TNA had the official power rankings. Like, they showed you on a screen, like, who was ranked where, people was climbing over them.
It was TNA. It was TNA. Now look at where they at now.
Well, because they got rid of it. That was actually stupid.
Yeah, they got rid of a lot of things. Now they're having their freaking... now they're having their office in a freaking basement or some crap.
They wrestle in my backyard. So, in Kevin Owens' defense, he does deserve a rematch. But in Shane McMahon's defense, earn it. I like that. I like that guys need to earn their shot.
Each side
Yeah.
makes sense.
Which is why... So, him putting him in this match with Cesaro, I could still see... They didn't want Kevin Owens... They don't want him anywhere near that IC title anymore. It's over.
No, they're going to put him on the IC title.
Well, wait.
Vince McMahon...
He's not getting it now. He's not getting it now because it would make no sense for him to have that title while feuding with Sami Zayn.
Vince McMahon will put that man with any irrelevant title as he wants. If he wanted to put him with the Divas title, Vince McMahon will do that just to laugh at Kevin Owens.
Well, wait. He's not going to have it now because of the feud.
Well, yeah, not now.
It doesn't make any sense.
Eventually, that the whole feud will eventually culminate or whatever the hell what word I'm trying to think of. We'll end up having a title in between it.
Yeah, maybe they'll have a feud 5 years from now.
Yeah, and it'll probably be for the IC title.
Which is why I'm saying they shouldn't be running this feud now. There's no heat in this feud with the casual audience.
Yeah,
it's like, where'd this guy come from and why is he attacking Kevin Owens? What did Kevin Owens do to him?
Why are they having a feud? Why does Kevin Owens really not like this guy? Who is this guy? Why does he have red hair? Does he speak things other than Arabic? I don't fuck.
Is he gonna throw me his hat?
Is he gonna throw me his hat? Does he do rapadu?
Oh my god! All right, see. So, I understood both sides of the argument. And Shane says, if you want it, you're going to have to earn it, and your match will be against Cesaro. Which I automatically said, yeah, Cesaro's winning. And then I instantly said, in my mind, Cesaro is not only winning, but he's also winning the IC title. Wait, let me finish, because I said I'm giving you my thoughts at the time.
Okay.
At the time.
You changed it. Okay.
You gonna let me work. Let me work. So, so I'm in the kitchen chefing up during a commercial break, chefing up some food. Okay, food, not drugs.
Look at the.
And I'm in there thinking, I'm like, man, Kevin, don't. Well, Zack Ryder's feel good moment was just to be a transitional champion into Cesaro getting the title.
Just no fucks. Transitional champion into a transitional champion. What is a Miz? What is fuck is that? Please.
And then, like, I thought that until, and we're gonna talk about the match a little bit, but I thought that until I saw, this needs to be talked about now. I thought that until I saw the backstage segment with the Miz and May Reese.
Wait, May Reese?
Look, all right.
No, we're not gonna do that.
You want me to say Maurice? Yeah. Fuck that. Her name is May Reese.
May Reese.
All right.
Just
thank you.
If you have a weird name, you get repackaged. There you go, May Reese.
And her nose didn't look as big this week for some reason. All right, so
you probably didn't look it off of a side view. There was definitely a side view there.
Yo, last week her shit was crazy, wasn't it?
There was a side view.
That shit was clean.
You saw her nose from the side.
That shit was clean.
I think that's what actually hit Zack Ryder's father. Her nose.
Damn, Jesus Christ. So all right. So this backstage segment with Miz and May Reese was epic. This shit was epic as fuck.
It was clean and it didn't need to be clean.
Yo, like, you know what would have made it even more over the top? If Miz was laid back with the cucumber gimmick over his eyeballs.
Fed grapes.
Not just that. But if he had the mask, the cucumber mask on his face.
With the whole green gimmick and the cucumber.
Yes! Yes! With the robe. With the robe, and May Reese is feeding them grapes. Look at how they spell it in the chat.
May Reese.
No domestic water. Yo, the domestic water gimmick was. This segment was so fucking clean.
First of all, I just want to point out that you go way past what actually happened during the match with them just looking all stupid at the damn.
No. That's why I said we're gonna circle back to that. We're gonna circle back to the match. This needs to be put over because the Miz was in rare form.
The Miz has groupies.
So Miz, that's your groupie. That's your joint.
You damn right.
About that?
You damn right. I feel offended.
How you feel?
You want her a groupie?
I think you might want to size her up, yo.
The fuck.
Took offense to that?
I took offense. First of all, I will take her down in front of the Miz. Then I'll take my girl down, JoJo, in front of the Miz.
Well, the Miz gonna have cucumbers over his eyes.
Gonna have cucumbers. So he ain't gonna notice. He ain't gonna notice his girl's gone.
So you got May Reese. Yeah, she's just back there complaining about the water. The water had I guess Poland Spring didn't pay them sponsorship fees. They just straight up ripped the sticker right off the bottles.
It was all the way off. No, you know how you
no gum residue
still on it.
Yeah, that's gone.
Completely gone.
She
burnt it off.
So you have her back there complaining about the domestic water. Who calls it domestic? Have you ever heard that before? No. Domestic water. I lost it because I had to think for a second. Like, is that like the rich way of saying no frills water?
I think.
How do you get no frills water?
I think it is.
The no frills water. So she's complaining about that. Then she sees the M&Ms. She's pissed off about the M&Ms. Gets in dude's face. Mad as hell because there's blue M&Ms in there. First of all, everybody loves blue M&Ms.
This is a fact.
Everybody like May Reese. See, she's a heel.
Yes,
she's a heel. If it was a face May Reese, then she would say, "Why are there yellow or green M&Ms there?" She's not gonna point out the or the brown. Were the Dookie Brown ones in there? I was just about to
say the brown ones. Brown ones gotta go.
Because I don't remember there being Dookie Browns in there. Were there Dookie Browns in there?
I think they were. All of them were in there.
Right. The Dookie Browns gotta go. If she wants to be over, the Dookie Browns gotta go. If you want to be heel, the Blues gotta go. That's good booking. I don't think they meant to do that by on purpose. They didn't do that on purpose. They kind of John Lube, but it fit.
They did. They did that.
So
they did that on purpose.
So she grabs the M&Ms, throws them at homie, and she complains about the domestic water. JoJo comes in, and she has a question for the Miz, which I completely forgot. And May Reese complains like, yo, I'm about tired of these Miz groupies coming around this
And I
bitch.
felt offended. I was right there. I was ready to send a heated tweet at Maryse.
What was said that got the Miz to actually sit up and take the cucumbers off his eyes?
You know what? Since I can't remember it exactly. You know, I got this audio thing. You know, because I like to keep the thing saved. But if I can just recall, not off the top of my head, but at least trying a little bit, it was that how does the Miz feel that he has to defend his title
Wrestle
against
the Swiss Superman.
Cesaro, Swiss Superman, after he already beat Zack Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
And then Miz got up, all stupid, slow motion,
Mad slow.
mad slow. Took the cucumber.
Before he got up, he just peeled off one cucumber.
Off one cucumber.
Just one cucumber. And then he gets up and just dangles the other one, right?
It's just all like, I feel offended.
Mannerisms. It's just, his mannerisms were on point.
And then this man had the nerve to go say, I feel offended that you actually said Cesaro and freaking Zack Ryder in the same sentence as The Miz.
I looked at this and I just thought Miz would be a great Intercontinental Champion of the backstage.
Of the backstage.
Of the backstage. As long as he doesn't get in that ring, this guy is gold.
Of the backstage.
This segment was gold. And in comes Cesaro, and he had to rehearse this a million times. 'Cause I know.
Cesaro in the corner. This camera just moves on him.
know.
He's just right there with the glasses on.
Yo, flexing like with the suit.
Suit. Like that was his backup suit.
See, now I repackaged him with the suit. I don't know where the shades came from. That wasn't a part of the package.
Before that, he had the shades before that.
That wasn't a. Hold on, wait. Miz is the type of man to be fucking every bitch backstage. No. Miz ain't getting no cutty. I mean, he got lucky. He definitely got lucky.
Somehow lucky, you know. But that nose, though, you know, that nose puts out.
But he ain't getting them yams from the backstage gimmicks. Nah, that ain't happening.
Not for damn JoJo. That's for damn sure.
I'm sorry, Holman, that your message didn't make it through, but I read it out there for you. All right. Cesaro actually cuts a pretty good promo. Well, a good response. Let me not say promo, but a good response back to Miz.
Oh crap! I just noticed something actually looking back on this thing Raw. Yeah, we're gonna end up skipping a lot. Thank God.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's circle back to the match.
All right.
The match itself was an indie style match as far as playing to the crowd.
It was as indie as WWE can go, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean they're not gonna let Kevin Owens be Mr. Wrestling. That's not gonna happen. And they're not gonna let Cesaro UFO dudes that, you know, and super duper Canadian destroying dudes. See, that's just not gonna happen.
But being that they've known each other for like a long time, they know how to work, but you know, in the WWE fashion.
In the confines of WWE. But just playing to the crowd is pretty good. Everything Cesaro does, you know, he poses to the crowd as Owens bails to the outside. Then you got the headlock master. What did he say? I do the best headlock. What did he say?
Well,
about the headlocks.
He has the best headlocks.
Oh, he screamed out, "I have the best headlock."
I have the best headlocks. Headlock master.
And then Cesaro gets back and gets the headlock going. Then he starts doing this whole. What the hell was that? With the headlocks going from one arm to he's just juggling this man's head between his titties and his arms. Until he gets out of there. He's playing to the crowd. Everything they did played to the crowd. But then the match turned good, in which Kevin Owens worked the body part. You got the bad arm? Yeah, we're going to take that away from you. So when Cesaro goes for the swing, I'm like, are they going to just no-sell his arm? So he does two swings and down goes Owens because he can't hold him up anymore. His arm's hurt. Perfect. Sell it. Don't forget to sell the arm. Perfect.
Now, but I you know what? Actually, finish because there's something about that I actually want to get to.
Oh, jump on.
How are we selling the arm this week, but we were not selling the arm last week? What?
Well,
no, there's no excuse.
Oh, I thought you asked a question.
But because Cesaro,
would you like for me to answer?
I'm just going to ask this because of the fact that Cesaro did not come out with tape on the arm.
True.
So now,
but I can give you a but.
Okay.
I can put this. I can make this make sense.
Go ahead.
So he comes out with the debut, no tape on the gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
because he feels as though he's good. He doesn't need it.
This is what that's what we're doing. But yeah, next week, but then later on, he
Then
shows that
he got banged up in the match a little bit. It feels a little. Let me put a little bit of tape on it. I need some tape, some patches and glue, some tape. Right? Mm-hmm. Put the tape on it. This way, when Kevin Owens works that body part, the crowd gets some sympathy heat on it. Because the tape is there to remind the crowd that, all right, he is coming back from the injury gimmick. Now, in that Fatal 4-Way, they didn't work the arm. Everything was spot gimmick.
Spot, European uppercut with the same arm.
End it off with gimmick, please.
Gimmick with the European uppercut gimmick to everybody gimmick.
Right. So that Fatal 4-Way put a little strain on the arm. He comes back in this match the following week with a little strain on the arm. Patches and glue to remind the crowd that his arm's banged up. Kevin Owens gets heat on the elbow. I mean, on the elbow, the shoulder, and bam, there you go. See, makes sense.
But
ain't no but.
No. Because now we can look past kayfabe. Shout out to 145 people for hitting the thumbs up button. Let's see if we can actually make that to 200 tonight. Go ahead, show Wise some love. But
really appreciate that. Thank you.
But here's the thing. What you mean to tell? Let's look past kayfabe. The man has been healed for months.
Okay.
So if we look past kayfabe and we start really looking at it, the reason he has that tape on his shoulder is because he ain't beating the Miz.
Wait, what?
He's not beating the Miz.
What the fuck does this have to do with this tape gimmick?
Because of the fact that you want to show that he is injured. By showing that he is injured, that shows another thing that's going to be used against him. One thing.
Wait.
You think that they won't have Cesaro?
Wait.
Okay. Oh, right.
You're telling me?
Oh, yeah, I am telling you.
Because this is the Miz.
I know.
The Cesaro can wrestle the Miz on crutches and beat him.
I know. You know this. I know this.
So you're trying to say that they're giving him an excuse?
Oh yes.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Shall we make another bet?
We're not making this bet. I refuse to make this bet because of the fact that it is.
Shall we make another bet?
I refuse to make this bet because it is obvious. It is too obvious. If it wasn't obvious, I'd make a bet. I like taking chances.
The Miz is the transitional into the transition.
Oh yes, he is. I agree. He is a transitional champion.
So he's going to transition that, and he's going to when Cesaro beats him, he's going to wrap the title around his waist and buckle it in the back for him. All right.
Miz is just going to get up after the European uppercut it so damn much. He's just going
to stop the match. He's going to ask the ref to stop the match.
What?
And he's going to go out there. He's going to get the title, a la Hogan, and wrap it around like he did War. Put it around his waist.
Cesaro's doing machine gun titty bumps to the crowd.
Yes. And then the Miz is going to wipe the sweat off his bald head.
with a towel.
And put his shades on.
With the shades on.
And put his shades on.
And make sure that his tie is nice for what he puts back on his suit.
Yeah. Cesaro's not even going to take off the whole suit. He's just going to take off the jacket and the tie. And loosen it up a little bit. The collar.
All right. Look.
That's it. He's going to wrestle with the suit.
Now, while I wish...
And by the way, there's no towel. He's going to wipe the sweat off his forehead with his hand.
While I can agree with you that the Miz cannot wrestle for a damn compared to Cesaro, the way that WWE works, if they had the balls to put that title on the Miz, then they're going to have enough...
They put it on the Miz just because they know people's not going to believe it. And there's no reason for people to be mad when they just take it right.
No, they put it on the Miz because of Maurice.
That too, because she's gonna do the total deed of a game. Oh, hold on, wait, what'd you call her?
Oh my god, I said her name correctly.
I didn't hear it. One more time.
I said her name correctly.
They put the title on the Miz because of what?
Because of his wife.
Oh, okay, all right, fair enough. So. We got the Dudleys and the Lucha gimmicks.
Lucha. Team
and
Kalisto Dragons.
The Kalisto takes a bump to the outside. What was he, thrown through the ropes?
I have no idea. As soon as it came back,
I think he was just thrown through the fucking ropes.
As soon as it came back from commercial, this motherfucker...
No, they showed the spot because he landed dead on his face.
Oh. Yeah, he might have a neck.
Yeah, they slid his ass out of there. And he just stayed. So, ref just said, okay. And Bubba, your man Bubba, is just screaming at the ref, he's the legal man. Get his ass back in the ring.
Bubba was out of control. This
So the ref makes Sin Cara the legal man, and they just proceed to beat the shit out of this guy.
you know what? I just like the fact that even despite the way that the Dudleys are their position just to be, basically mid card
Help.
beat ups, just to help out the newer talent. I like that they're having fun. You can actually tell
They are, but
because
I
a lot of people
still
that come
would.
back, like let's say I would even say Dreamer and the rest of them that came back just to be just to be fed to I don't know who the hell they lost to or whatever, and then spat out. They didn't really have fun, and you can tell when you actually watched if you watched all the crap that they did last year. But as for the Dudleys, they're having fun.
I think that the Dudleys should have beat the Usos at WrestleMania and the Raw after.
I think the Dudleys, I you know what? I don't know. I don't know because I didn't care about that. I didn't care about that feud. I'm happy.
Because fuck the Usos, it was on a
Fucking
pre-show.
Uso. Fuck is an Uso. Their name's not even
There's that first, and then also you still want to keep the Dudleys strong for when they're putting over other guys. Now they can still lose matches, but they need to win some too, and they're losing a lot more than they're winning. No,
the Dudleys.
the Duds.
Of course, they're losing a lot more than they're winning. No one freaking cares. The time that
See?
the time has
Now-
come and gone, but the thing is, they're there to actually help out the newer talent. And
Yeah,
and
correct.
it's fine.
But look at how it hurt Jericho. So now when AJ Styles gets the loss at Mania, people are like, yo, what the fuck? It's like they work this guy Jericho backwards. They give him the big matches he has, he loses them all. And now when it's time to actually put somebody over, he wins. What?
Wait. Do you wait? So wait. Are we still gonna end?
Are you going back to this formula?
It's always been that formula. It doesn't matter.
Well, no, because CM Phil Brooks. Because CM Phil Brooks just beat him every single time. CM Phil Brooks.
No idea who that is.
CM Phil Brooks.
No idea. I've never heard of him.
The guy with the tattoos.
Yeah, with Baron Corbin.
And he got the Baron Corbin stomach.
Baron Corbin. Rey Mysterio. I have no who that. I don't know who you're talking about.
CM Phil
Who the
Brooks.
hell is you talking about?
Wapatu.
Oh, John Cena. Oh, okay. John Cena. Okay, cool. Now I know who you're talking about because the CM Phil. I don't know who the hell you're talking about.
Okay. Oh, because all right, cool. All right, because I made sense there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Exactly. Now you understand why I did that.
Okay, and then we didn't get to follow up with the Fandango was a one-off on a pay-per-view gimmick.
That's just how it goes.
Who else did he have? He was just a loser.
Yeah.
He was a loser.
Yeah, this
So
is a fact.
when it's time to put over somebody that should be put over big time, you beat him at Mania.
But it's it's the formula. It's the formula, and it didn't matter if it was Jericho or not.
But the comparison I'm using here is when you have a guy like Jericho and that's the position he gets stuck with. So now when he beats a guy like a AJ Styles, you actually knock a pedestal or two off of AJ Styles because we'll be like, you look at Jericho, you're like, this guy's a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Why are you losing to this fucking loser?
Yeah.
So now we look at the duds, and when it's time for them to put somebody over, just how just how much does that help to the current day audience? Sure, commentary's gonna be like, they just beat the 37,000 time tag team champions, the greatest tag team champion. That's commentary. But what about what I've been watching this whole time? What if I wasn't watching back in the day when they won all those titles, which a bunch of those titles are accounted from Japan and other territories, ECW as well.
Yeah, but
What about what I actually watched?
all right, but the difference is the way that the Dudleys are now. Like, yeah, they've been losing more matches than they have. But if you want to compare it to like how Jericho was with the AJ Styles, at least AJ Styles after that he ends up in a position where all that stuff that happened before is
No, the reason I bring up AJ Styles is because
of the fact that he didn't get over at the spot where it would at the time where it actually would have made sense for him. I get it, but
Correct.
at the same time, there's a whole different story because Jericho is here to actually help out the younger talent. He just needs to get over as well in order to really help it out. As for the Dudleys, it doesn't really matter if they win or lose. They're just here to help out. But yeah, it doesn't help out that much since they've been losing a whole lot more.
Jericho's credibility is all in his mic work, and that's it. Other than that, he has no credibility.
Yeah, this is a fact.
In today's current age. Past time, sure. Before, no. Man, we have really been going long. We need to start speeding up a little bit
All
here.
right.
So the Dudleys beat the Lucha Dragons while Bubba's just yelling at Sin Cara and Kalisto the entire time.
The Lucha, he might be
R.I.P. Lucha
He might end
gimmick.
up being injured.
And
Oh well.
out comes Enzo and Cass. You want this
Yeah,
one?
I heard that one is a certified G and a bona fide stud, and I also heard from people that you can't teach that.
Real quick, crowd popped. Big time.
Yes.
Crowd went through the whole gimmick with him as well.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something I noticed about Enzo. Enzo's funny.
That's his thing. It has to be like
Enzo puts over himself big time. He's a certified G
and
a bona fide gimmick.
Bona fide gimmick, stud gimmick.
You can't teach it,
You
right?
can't teach that apparently.
You want to know what big ass is?
He's just 7 foot.
He's just 7 feet tall.
That's also something you can't teach. Oh no.
You can't
He's not a
teach
G.
that
He's
one.
not a stud.
He's none of that. He's just a tall
He's just
guy.
tall.
I never noticed
You-
how Enzo just does not sell this guy.
Now you understand.
He's
How do you
never
think-
put this guy
How did you
over.
not catch that until
I
now?
never noticed. He hasn't put this guy over at all.
He's tall. You can't teach that.
He's just tall. He could dunk a basketball, maybe. You can't teach
Even
that.
with Carmella, she's hot as hell. But what about her in-ring ability? Is she cool?
Well, we're gonna no sell that.
Is she a certified G? Is she above? Oh wait, that's right. She's not on the main roster yet. All right, never mind.
And this guy right here, he's 7 feet tall, and that can't be tall.
Can't be taught.
Wow.
Not at all.
All right, so you can have this now because what the burial.
And everybody remembers the burial. Okay, look here. Shut up, Devin. All right. Devin.
Yo, how you call this man
Devin.
Devin?
He took
That
your
shit
gimmick
was
of
so
repackaging
clean.
their names.
He repackaged this dude and ain't even come down to the ring, yo.
Look, Devin.
He stayed on the ramp and repackaged this man.
That's the thing.
What's up, Charles Brown? I see you,
That's
man.
the thing. How is it like both weeks that they've been out here, this man's just been taking shots at Devon? Why Devon?
Yo, all of his shots are at Devon.
What did Devon do?
Apparently, he tried to teach that.
Apparently, he tried to get taught things.
First, he talked about his eyeball.
You don't do that. Who does that? No.
And then he talks about. He calls him Devin.
Last person
He repackaged this
I
man.
actually saw talk about this man Devon's eyeball was
Somebody actually tweeted me a picture of that.
it was New Jack. Oh yeah, it was. Oh yeah, I saw that. It was Reverend Devon.
Luckily, I don't have it saved because I will put it on my OBS here and show a quick picture. That's actually something I'm gonna start doing once I get this whole thing squared away, have all that stuff ready and whatnot.
Devin.
For moments like that. Yeah, Devin.
Reverend Devin.
So the Duds are in the ring. They want to talk about how they paved the way for guys like you to be, to become a tag team and all
If
of
it
that.
wasn't for me, you wouldn't be here. Blah blah blah.
Enzo's
I
response.
think it was something along the lines of what you talking about. Yeah, if my mom did it, bang.
My mom and daddy
My
did
mom.
it. That's how I got
my
here.
daddy. Bang bang. How you doing? It was so clean how he said it. It was just like a low key.
Yo, he's just so quick with his shit, man. This dude is good. While Cass is just standing back there being 7 feet tall.
Okay, first of all, we've seen this a lot of times, and most notable one that we've seen this whole type of duo is, what was it, Road Dogg and B.A. Billy Gunn.
Okay.
And because B.A. Billy Gunn sucked on the mic.
Oh yeah. Hold on, you said. Oh yeah, you did say.
I'm keeping it PG here with the BA.
Oh no! I wasn't sure if you said PG. I mean PG. I wasn't sure if you said
No, BG
Road
James.
Dogg
BG
or
James.
something.
No, that does not exist. But yeah, he sucked on the mic. So to have it just like this, where Road Dogg was the one that
He actually wasn't bad. Like when he was by himself, he was okay. He kept it short, but he was okay.
Yeah, but Enzo.
But he can't keep up with Road Dogg.
But I'm pretty sure Big Cass is still better.
Cass is terrible.
I'm pretty sure Big Cass is terrible, but still better than Billy Gunn. I don't care.
No.
We
Do you hear how this man talks?
We hear how this man talks, but the thing is, we haven't gotten to a position where we seen him.
That man talks like he's in the slow class.
Leave him alone, man. He's tall. He's 7 foot tall.
He's real tall.
7 foot tall. You can't teach that.
You can't teach
the
it.
The only thing you can't teach. You can teach intelligence. You can teach that. You can teach how much.
He actually is an intelligent guy. He actually really is.
You know, you can't teach him how to look like Test. He just looks like Test.
Yeah, he kind of does.
You can't.
Wait, does he have to talk so damn slow? The guy.
How you doing?
All right, we're talking about this too long. Out next is gonna be Roman Reigns.
Hold on a second. I need water. I don't.
Yeah, fix that up.
Damn it.
There we go. That's clean. Yeah. So Kevin Owens tells gimmick guy backstage, "Hey, whatever's gonna happen to this man is gonna be on your head." To Shane. Shane looks at him and says, "Well, since you want to threaten a thug, yeah, we're gonna have you escorted out of here because you're not gonna do anything to that
Wait
kid."
a minute, you skip. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the thing we have to skip. That didn't happen.
Yeah. So Kevin Gimmick was escorted out.
Which is
Out comes the Roman and the
actually you
Reigns.
skipped a whole part.
Well, that's
No. You're right. That actually happened earlier, so it doesn't matter. Roman Reigns.
Sorry. Actually, what we did skip was the New Day putting over the tag team tournament, which was actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Fuck that tournament. It's too obvious. So never mind. Continuing on though.
Well, I like that they actually put it up, like, because here's the thing with the tag team division. There's no tag team division. Well, until now, because it looks like WWE is actually trying to put some work into their tag team division. That's what it looks like they're trying to do.
Which is great because New Day buried everybody in the division.
Right. So New Day. So here's always the issue with WWE's booking and titles. You don't know who. Like, here's the thing. How do you get a number one contender? You just have a number one contender match? No, that shouldn't be how it is. That's not how it should be. You have a tournament, which I'm glad that they're actually doing with this, and New Day putting it over actually makes it a bigger deal.
It's just that, and this is just my point of view. It's going to end up being forgotten in like a few months, and the reason for that is because of the Vaudevillains.
But I'm glad that they're actually putting over a chase.
Okay, but we just gonna know stuff. It's understandable.
There's a chase.
Yeah, there's a chase, and it's great that they actually started doing that again for titles that actually have not been put in that much of a spotlight because of the fact that there aren't many tag teams in the division. But the problem with it is, and I just want to point out, this tournament is crap. It has the Ascension as part of it. It has the Vaudevillains as part of it. It has freaking Social Outcasts as part of it.
I mean,
yeah, there's not a lot of tag teams, but you could have at least had some of the tag teams work on building itself up, becoming a name that then people will actually see these tag teams in this tournament.
Well, where do they have the time to do that?
They have enough time. They have time to do it before the freaking next pay-per-view.
See, now here's my gimmick.
Quicker.
Here's what I would do. I would take what you just said, put some guys together, have them start building some chemistry, and run this tournament into the pay-per-view.
You know what? Exactly. You know what?
So you don't have the actual tag team match at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, yep.
You save that for another, because what they're going to end up doing is they're going to have the match at the pay-per-view, and then that's going to be another fucking 3-month feud.
Yes.
You build some legs and some longevity out of it by having the tournament end at the pay-per-view, and then put just give New Day the time off. Let New Day come out, cut a promo.
New Day has a month off. They don't have.
Give them a month off.
They defended it.
All they got to do is dance and eat cereal. That's all they got to do is dance and eat cereal, right?
Studios.
Studio. So when whoever wins the gimmick, New Day comes out, titles up, Big E gyrate, and they leave. Or cut a promo.
It's going to be the Vaudevillains, which is so stupid. It's going to be the
See,
Vaudevillains. It's going to be the Vaudevillains. It's going.
I didn't see how their match was on SmackDown, so I don't know.
Me neither, but I know it's going to be the Vaudevillains.
Why?
Okay, I'll put it to you this way. The whole thing is obvious. Enzo and Cass are obviously winning their match on SmackDown. Then you're going to have Dudley's versus Enzo and Cass. Which, that one, Enzo and Cass will probably end up winning. But as for the one after that, they'll probably end up losing for like once they end up getting.
Because we can't have Enzo and Cass versus New Day.
No, we're not gonna have Enzo versus Cass versus New. Exactly, but
And that's why you got the Vaughn
the
gimmicks.
Vaughn gimmicks are actually going to beat the Golden Truth. I think it's quite obvious.
The Golden Showers.
Then they're going to beat the Usos. I think it's quite obvious.
They should.
Then they're going to obviously, like I said, beat Enzo and Cass. NXT, NXT. But they're not beating them without the help of the Dudley Boys. But they're still going to beat them.
To start the feud with the. All right, cool. I mean, to continue the feud with the gimmicks. All right, cool. All right, so it makes sense. It makes sense. Good booking. You booked
But
it.
the problem is the vaudevillains. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't.
But
I don't
there's
wanna end up
a-
going
but
on
there's
a
an
rant.
answer-
I'm not going to end up going on a rant because we're going to actually take too long on this. But I just want to point that out. The vaudevillains.
Hey, this is why I said we're going to go long tonight because there's a lot to talk about with a lot of this stuff. See, you said these tag team things ain't matter. Oh, no, they matter because there's a lot to talk about.
But it's who.
Because they gave us. They
it's who
gave
in it
us
that
stuff.
doesn't matter.
They gave us stuff. Here's the gimmick. So we're after Mania, and now we're entering new storylines, right? So the gimmick with the new storylines is now we have to start predicting. This is the part of the I want to say of the year or the quarter of the year where we start predicting things because they're coming out with new feuds.
Golden liquor shower.
The golden liquor shower, Jesus Christ. So let's move on a little bit here. Real quick, I did want to say one thing about New Day's Bootios, right? So we got WWE to put Bootios over.
Too damn much. Gotta eat the booty like groceries.
But I'm still wondering, for the life of me, where on earth is CM Phil Book's ice cream bars? Where are the ice cream bars?
Okay, so what's the next thing?
Where's CM Phil Brooks ice
So
cream
what's the
bars?
next thing?
How could we not get ice cream bars?
All right.
Yo, they didn't want to put this guy over at all.
All right, so what's the next thing?
Why didn't we want to put this guy over? We got Bootios.
Sir.
Bootios with
Sir.
dicks on forehead.
Sir,
Bro,
it is 2016.
there's dicks on
it is
foreheads.
2016. It is 2016.
There's dicks on their
We are
foreheads.
not going to be end up talking about
Bootios.
stuff that happened in like 2015.
But we can't get an ice cream bar though?
It is 2016.
Where's the ice
African
cream?
Americans are being pushed to the front of the WWE. We're gonna get it win. We're gonna let this W happen. We're gonna let this dub happen. Shut up.
I'm just saying, it just doesn't make sense.
We get a W. God damn it.
We got it. I'm not saying they
And it's
shouldn't
not
have these
and it's
booties.
not only on Black History Month. We're gonna get this W. We're getting this W.
Oh no, I'm not saying we shouldn't get these Bootios. We should definitely get these
Eat the
Bootios.
booty like groceries. But there you go. Let it happen.
We should definitely get
We're
these
not gonna worry
Bootios.
about what happened when somebody complained years ago. That's not there anymore.
We're gonna take these Bootios. I wanted that ice
Ain't
cream.
no
Have you ever-
ice cream, bitch.
Did you have that ice cream when you were younger?
Like what was it?
With the cookie and then the ice cream in the middle and then the little
That was a long
chocolate
time ago. I don't
on the
even
back
know.
side. With the wrestler on the
I
front.
don't even know.
Man, I used to eat them shits all the time,
That was
man.
a long time ago.
Oh man! Anytime the ice cream truck man came and he didn't have Hulk Hogan or Ultimate
I know
Warrior,
there was.
we had to
I know
scrap.
there was a Macho Man one.
Yeah, it was all of them.
But that
If
was-
he ain't have
that
Hogan
was
or
a long time
Warrior, we gotta fight. We gotta fight, dog.
That was a long time ago.
Them shits was $1.25. They was expensive as fuck. Man, not run out of Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior.
That was a long time ago.
Okay, so we got the Roman and the Reigns.
Ooh.
And the crowd goes insane. They boo.
Insane with hate.
Right.
Insane. The boos were insane.
So Reigns soaks it in.
Oh yeah, he soaks in. He's like, I
And-
don't know how to take this.
This is the one time I actually did listen to commentary for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And they actually put over how the crowd doesn't like this
And
guy.
you know why, right?
They finally put it over.
but-
And
Do you see why?
okay,
They
say
don't
it.
give a fuck. He don't.
Uh-oh.
No, it's no. It's not. He's gonna turn heel. Or he's gonna. No. He don't care. They don't care that they're like that anymore. He has the title. He had his WrestleMania moment. If you're still booing, they don't care.
Well, just last week they said this is a rowdy crowd. They cheer who they dislike and boo who they like or some shit like that.
Yeah, but if that was the case,
So they're not far removed from
But
that.
if that was the case, then trust me, a couple of guys that just debuted tonight would have gotten a bigger pop than they did.
So let me say this. Here's another problem with Reigns, and I don't understand why WWE didn't see this early, very early. The problem with Reigns is the same problem with Cena. two problems actually. One, he doesn't lose. Right?
That's the
He
ooh
doesn't
part.
lose.
That's the ooh part.
Another is how commentary sells this guy and acts like people are completely delusional.
That's the W part.
You don't want to act like the crowd. You don't want to act like the crowd is stupid. That's not what you want to do. So if the crowd is booing this guy, acknowledge it. Don't try to give some bullshit excuse because that's just going to make people hate him more. And it's not on him. It's not his fault. It's what they're doing to act like the crowd exists. Act like what's going on is actually going on. The crowd booed. Don't mute him. No, don't mute him. Fuck it.
Let it happen.
Let that shit happen.
Let it happen. Might as well.
Just let it go down. Because when you mute it, the crowd is going to get louder.
Yeah, pretty much.
Example. His match tonight. Did Roman Reigns do anything wrong tonight?
And you know what? Being that you just
What's your stance? Answer that and then tell me your stance on Roman Reigns.
I've took the side of the people that
okay.
that understood. I once took the side of the people that understood,
Wait.
That had their complaints against Roman, and I understood.
Okay.
And it's the same complaints that people had against Cena.
Okay.
But down the line, just with Cena, you just accept it how it is.
Okay.
And you just gotta let it go, let it be. They have him in the position that they want him in. It's just whatever now. I have not seen anything out of Roman to really boo him for. The man has improved for the people. In-ring wise, mic wise. He has done all that he possibly can do within his moveset to actually get people to like him and care. If he does anything else, he would actually... Well, then again, you know what? I was just about to say he'll actually be on the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The man already does that.
I mean...
It's down...
They want him to be more smug. They want him to have more attitude. They want him to be more bad. He's doing all of that.
They want him to be healed. That's at the end of the day, that's just it.
For what?
And that's the thing. Like, for what? Just let it be. This is how
they want him to be healed so they could cheer him?
Like exactly. Why would you
people
and
do?
That's the thing.
The moment that this motherfucker turns heel, they're gonna pop. Look at WrestleMania. The moment he speared Stephanie, they pop. Yeah. The moment the motherfucker turns heel, which is what they want, they will pop for it.
People just want another Stone Cold. Just a guy that came out there and was originally a heel, and people just liked him so much, they decided to say, hey, let's just turn him face just for the hell of it, and end up having
right there. Wait, time out. Al, I wish I had the fucking call-in number now. I'm one of these days, I'm gonna do a whole stream, and I'm gonna have a call-in number, and I'm going to invite as many people as possible in to debate me on this. It's because people say certain things about the Roman and the Reigns, but with no substance. I'm sitting here watching a reviewer. I'm not gonna say who, but I'm watching a reviewer, and he says worst match of the WrestleMania card, Roman Reigns and Triple H. Doesn't give a single reason why, though. Not one. Nothing wrong with the match. Didn't say a single thing wrong with the match. His only thing is, tired of WWE not listening to us. They're just going to completely shut us out, and I don't like that. What the fuck does that have to do with the match in the Roman and the Reigns?
So, did you not say anything about the spear to the barricade?
Nothing! He didn't say a single thing. Didn't say a single thing about the match.
So what you're saying is
nothing.
Is this reviewer didn't even mention that?
He said, and this here give it away, but I find it completely idiotic. He says, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal was better than that main event match. Reach game is on Dawson level.
Reach game is on Dawson.
His reach game is on Dawson.
Reaching to the moon.
His reach game is on Dawson.
His reach game is out of control. That's what.
But still didn't name one thing wrong with that match. Now, I can name stuff wrong with the match. I'm not going to sit there and say it was the worst match on the card, though. Yeah, because it wasn't. It wasn't. At some point in time, if people, and I said this in a whole review that I did after the live stream for WrestleMania, I did like a separate review. And I just had to just let it all out about if people just shut the fuck up and watch what's going on, and just be unbiased and look at what he's doing and listen to what he's saying on the mic. And we gotta talk about what he said on the mic here too, because I disagree. I'm for the people on what he did tonight. I'm for the people.
Oh yeah.
But if we get past that, right, and just look at how his demeanor has been, and look at what people have been asking of him, it's exactly what they've been asking for. Mm-hmm. He's not in matches botching.
Like these guys, like they wanted him to be more of a badass, right? Just a Samoan badass. Well, guess what? He's done that.
That's what he's doing.
That's exactly.
They want him to be more. They want him to be more smug.
They want him to be.
They want him more cocky. They want him a little more heel. That's what he's doing.
That's it. At the end of the day, they want him to be that way, and he actually has shown that, but not in the way that people have blatantly wanted him to be. It's just like, let it happen, let it go, right?
Let him fall on his own face. That's it. Just if he's gonna fall on his own, if he's gonna fall on his face, let him do it on his own.
Like,
just let him do it on his own. If he doesn't fall on his face, then that means he's done a good job.
To be honest, now it's just to the point where he has done everything that anyone on the internet has possibly asked for him to do, in-ring wise, personality wise, mic wise.
Damn, they said the reach game was on my connected franchise draft level. Jesus Christ, my reach game was crazy on that shit. Drafting dudes in the third that should have been like undrafted. My reach game was crazy.
But he's done everything that he could possibly do, and people are just it's just hating for the sake of hating.
Yeah, because it's the cool thing to do, and they're completely blinded by what's actually going on. Like, I can understand if they want someone else in the spot, but
ain't nobody else to put in the spot.
There's not.
They're
really like
AJ
they're
Styles?
legit.
You want AJ Styles? Oh, you want AJ Styles in the spot? Huh?
There's legit. Here's if they were say this.
They don't. They say they do.
If they would say this one thing, which I've been saying from the start. Now, I'll say this again. I am not some Roman Reigns ass kick or anything like that. I like to look at things logically, and I like to debate. That's my gimmick.
Likewise.
You give me something, I'm going to debate it. I'll say this, and this is what I've been saying from the start. Roman Reigns, should be at the top, but he shouldn't be the only one.
There's got to be some contrast. Even back then, when Stone Cold was on the top, he wasn't the only guy. It was like
you have The Rock.
There was 3 other guys on top.
You have The Rock. You have the whole Vince McMahon everything. Like, the top was the top.
The top was the top. Everyone was basically the top. Everyone that wasn't on top, Ken Shamrock, Steve Blackman, all of these guys were now on the top. But at least you would know Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, Vince even counts as being on the top.
And it's all about marketability. So if you want to go to stockholders, you know, and people buying shares, and and they look at your company and they're like, all right, so who's the face of your company? No matter what, it's not just wrestling. Every company has a face of their company. Mm-hmm. The person that's like the poster child of their companies, and it's usually going to be a good-looking, marketable guy.
Sometimes it's a logo. Sometimes it's a logo that you've seen, like Aunt Jemima. You know that, like.
Well, you know that.
Yeah, but
that's from years ago, back when that type of look was normal. Mm-hmm. From like I don't know when Aunt Jemima came out, but I'm gonna go on ahead and guess it's like the 20s or 30s or some shit. When blacks and plantations was actually a thing that went together. So bam, slap her on a gimmick, put a smile on her face, she'll sell like hotcakes. Hotcakes, Aunt Jemima. See what I did there? So you can't do that with AJ Styles' hair.
You on this AJ Styles hair? I don't understand.
I mean,
you got to fill me in on this.
It started with Kevin Owens and Twitter. Kevin Owens would put up videos of AJ Styles walking to the arena, flicking his hair.
The man has long hair. Fuck off.
No. From the time he gets off the bus to the time he gets inside the arena into the locker room, there's a recording, and Kevin Owens put the edited version up. So it's like every 2 steps, he's flicking his hair. So he edits out the parts. So it's like he flicks his hair, then he's closer to the arena. He flicks his hair. He's a little bit closer. He flicks his hair. He's going through the back. He's flicking his hair. He's he's just going through the halls, flicking his hair, and that's all he's doing is flicking his hair. And Kevin Owens says, "This is how AJ Styles prepares for a match." That was the tweet that went along with that video. And ever since then, I could not stop noticing the hair flick. He's always in his hair. And when he's wrestling, his matches, it looks like his hair is chasing him. I want you to pay attention to that next time. His hair is chasing him. His hair is healed. So, AJ Styles, well, let's not say AJ Styles since he just got there. Dean Ambrose.
Oh, okay.
That's not going to be the poster child.
Stop it. Look. It's just like what Lizard Master said in the chat. Shout out to Lizard Master. He mentioned WWE needs stars, and they are working on that. They already had John Cena, and John Cena's been a star for a while. They were trying to make Orton a star, but that man comes and goes as please.
That's not a good. Yeah, it's not good. The reason why I would say
they're trying to build stars, and the first one that they got for this generation continuing on is Roman Reigns to replace Cena.
The reason, and people would be like, well, Austin, he was the face and he was a poster child. Here's the difference. I'm smartening dudes up. Right now. Here's the difference.
Continue. Go on.
Steve Austin. Damn, I actually wanted him here to hear this one. But Steve Austin, being a poster child, along with The Rock, at that time, Steve Austin is exactly what society wanted. It wasn't just what WWE wanted. It wasn't just what WWE's crowd wanted. It's just how things were at the time. Things were rowdy. Things were rambunctious. Things was crazy. Very rebellious. Rage Against the Machine. All of that. Things were insane back then. So that would be the perfect poster child of your company, especially since you're dealing with attitude. If WWE wasn't dealing with attitude, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. There's your poster.
Pretty much.
But the moment they changed it to attitude, you got this bald white guy, bearded guy with the attitude look on his face. Fits exactly what they were going for.
It was just timing.
Once they got past that, whoppa do
PG era.
John Cena.
Well, it wasn't PG era. It was more like straight was it? I call it passive aggressive era.
So, if WWE decided that they would go with the attitude type of feel today, if they wanted to go with that whole Rage Against the Machine and everything's rebellious and everything, Dean would be the perfect face.
Mm-hmm.
Dean would be the perfect poster child, but that's not WWE.
It's not as it once was, and that's what people want. People want it as it once was,
but at the same time, that's why Roman has to be the face. He's a clean cut guy.
Clean, all right. Look at his beard, so clean every damn night.
His beard be clean. The ponytail game. So it's like, who else? Like, let's think. Like, who else could you put in that position?
Exactly.
Seth Rollins looks a little grungy, so that's why they didn't do it with him.
But he's
not a big, imposing looking guy. He doesn't look like, oh man, that guy, man, like a beach ass. He doesn't look like that.
And that's why he'll be the second.
So, like, who else could you put there? Like, if you just really just sit and think, who else could you do it with? Like, these are things that people don't think about when they're booing this guy. And they're booing him because Cena 2.0, they're just going to put... And I agree. With the pushing him to the moon part and never losing, I agree. They shouldn't do that. But, as far as the poster child and the face and all of that, who else could you do it with?
There's not a lot of people that actually have that could be in the position of Reigns as much as people think there is.
I'm looking at the chat. I'm waiting for these answers, but go ahead.
As much as people think there is people to actually...
They said Phil Bacon.
Stop.
They said Phil Bacon.
Stop. As much as...
He's NXT's poster child, which works for NXT.
Yeah, it works for NXT because, it's a sub part.
They said Angelo Dawkins.
All right. Angelo Dawkins. No, just his headband.
With the headbands?
Just his headband. His headband could be the face of the WWE. Both of them.
Oh, wait. Somebody's got the answer. There is an answer. There is an answer. God.
You know what?
Yeah.
We
God.
We gonna have to see. You gonna have to see down the line. That's what WWE wants to see down the line.
And it looks like WWE, like the main WWE is they're actually pushing this guy, even though he's not on the main roster.
Of course
They are pushing the fuck out of Nakamura.
Of course they're pushing Nakamura. His contract says
God.
push me, otherwise I kill you. What?
God, and they should.
His contract,
and they
his,
should.
his contract, if I'm not sure, is on par with AJ Styles. If not high, if not, he's getting more money. If I'm not mistaken.
God.
Like, of course of course.
And with Triple H is signing, he's like, no, I want this guy. He's coming.
Like, you think freaking Apollo Crews gimmick actually end up on Raw like too quick?
They did Titus O'Neil.
Like, we found Titus. Ladies and gentlemen,
He's
we
black.
found Titus.
If you don't, if you don't know, he's black.
No. We found Titus though. We found You know where we found Titus? Where did we find Titus? At what was it? Titus apparently was doing commercials.
Wait, see, yeah, there was a Titus sighting tonight on the ad. They had a Titus ad tonight. That was good. So I guess he's back. Someone asked a question. I think it's Alex asked, "Didn't God lose a match to Vince McMahon?" No, correction. God lost. God.
Okay, wait. God. Let's see. Let me break down the correction. God.
Okay.
God. You know, that's
Okay.
who basically.
That's a loss. To
But
Vince.
God. WD, all caps.
God don't
God
lose.
don't lose.
So the Roman in the Reigns comes out, and the first thing he says after letting the crowd boo, he John Luke.
It wasn't. Didn't he say this before?
Yeah, he did it on SmackDown
And
too.
I thought they was gonna let it go
If he says it once, cool. He did
because it was bad the first time he said it.
I was okay with it because what he's doing is he's setting the tone for his character. He's introducing what he's transitioning into. So I'm fine with
Introducing
that.
something that people want him to be, a bad guy that people love.
I'm not the good guy. I'm not the bad guy. I'm the guy. All right, cool.
Okay, you
All right,
are
cool.
the
Great.
guy. Okay.
So you just let us know your gimmick. Great. And then you remind us on SmackDown. Okay, none of us watch SmackDown. Okay, cool. So we'll let that
But
ride.
he did it at the wrong time, which is the problem. He did it at the wrong time tonight.
My man said God worships God.
There you go. You know what? He sure as hell does.
So hold on, give me a second. I'm actually John Lewin myself.
All
sharing
pray,
screen
all
with
pray
you.
to the Yayo.
Yeah. All right. So the Roman in the Reigns. And then we get it a third time tonight. See, we got it the first two times, Roman. And this is where WWE starts fucking up with.
I don't
guys.
know what really happened with Roman. Like he was.
This is where you start fucking up with the Roman in the Reigns. He says something that works for introducing his character. You don't start repeating the shit.
They overdid. I mean, the same thing goes for Sami Zayn because they mentioned that he's the underdog.
Yeah, but people still don't give a fuck about Reigns.
Yeah, that's the thing. No one cares.
Like he could slide
As
through the
much
cracks.
as people quote unquote hate on Reigns, they care.
Ryback says he can replace Cena. Yeah, he has been saying that. Yeah, no. No. So no.
Reigns says
no.
that, and then
The Roman and the Reigns. You gotta
the Roman and the Reigns.
Yeah, there you go. Right, got
He
it.
says that, but then after that, then
He's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's
yeah.
the guy. All right. People were booing him all stupid.
And then the left field of all left fields.
I'm trying to remember.
Oh, okay.
Who came out?
League of L's.
Oh yeah, because he was cutting all kinds of promo going on.
For no reason. There was no.
And then these L's music hits. Oh, because the Roman and the Reigns was saying how he respects both of these guys.
Yeah, AJ Styles.
The AJ of the Styles and the Zayn of the
Yeah,
Sami.
'cause he's like, they've been around the world, but they ain't gonna beat me.
Yeah, and they've won titles all over the world, but they haven't won the
or beat guy.
title.
But Ric Flair said it. In order to be the guy, you have to beat the guy. He hasn't beat the guy to be the guy.
So what he's saying makes sense.
Shit.
You know, he's putting the guys
Just
over,
like I'm about to put
but he's letting them know.
A shout out to 171 people coming through, showing the love, hitting the thumbs up button. We got about 357 people in here. If you're enjoying the stream,
Man, they still going strong.
enjoying the
Nice.
stream, go ahead, hit that thumbs up button. Show some love. If you haven't already Also hit that subscribe button. You're missing out if you haven't already. Trust me. Take my word for it. Now, you can.
Yeah, don't take my word.
Don't take his word for it. Okay. Take the word of a guy that watches. Trust me.
So out comes the L's.
The League of L's.
The L's come out, and Sheamus interrupts the man. Well, fuck Sheamus, right? Rusev.
He's like,
Rusev should be world champion. Honestly, like seriously.
I should be the president champion. I better look at you.
Rusev's the guy. If anybody wants to say, all right, so if we can't have the Roman in the Reigns as the face, and we can't have God as the face, it has to be Rusev. Rusev is just so good. Rusev is spectacular. He is the funniest person in.
Plus, he said, "And I'm better looking than you."
Yo.
And what's funny is that how no one else.
I'm better looking than you. I should be the face.
It's funny that Sheamus and Albert didn't actually didn't fight anything, didn't say anything against what Rusev said. He was just like, "Yeah, we agree." Yeah. Wait,
Rusev just be going off. I'm still trying to figure out why Lana's not around.
because her pelvis bones sometimes end up being broken. Rusev be going in.
Yo, Rusev.
Ain't that right, Rusev? Better
Rusev,
looking
bruh.
Roman Reigns.
Bruh, I might have to square up with Rusev and take this L just off of GP. Like, I gotta take my shot. I gotta shoot my shot, man. Rusev's got to give me this L, bro.
But remember, then they were talking crap back and forth, and then Roman Reigns ended up beating all three of them. And
Rusev is still the TV champion. Yes, he is.
The television champion.
He still is the television champion. Still hasn't been beaten.
Still has that monitor home with him for memories.
That shit was... Yo, Rusev just does the... Like, who's booking Rusev?
As a matter of fact, Rusev has his own personal freaking signed autograph picture of when he took a Stone Cold Stunner to Stone Cold.
Oh my God, I need that GIF. I need that GIF.
I
see it, yo.
Him in midair.
That shit was the funniest thing ever. So the Roman in the Reigns says, all right, so all three of you guys can come in here and I'll kick all your asses. Here they come. The Roman in the Reigns puts his belt down. He gets himself comfortable and ready to fight. They attack him, and it goes to commercial break.
After he beats off three of them. No, because what happened?
Oh, yeah, that is happening. All right, so the Roman in the Reigns, Superman punched everybody and cleared house. I forgot about that. For some reason,
which was actually messed up, Shane O'Mac came out and decided, hey, we're actually going to have Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Shane turned heel on the Roman in the Reigns.
And I'm surprised no one booed. No,
like what was this about?
Actually, it makes sense that everyone still cheered because it's Roman Reigns. Kind of, people hate Roman Reigns. So everybody was. So Shane comes out and he's like, okay, we're gonna have Roman Reigns versus what was it? Sheamus and Rusev in a handicap match and it's going to be tonight's main event, which is kind of messed up.
Yeah, like you know what? I know why they didn't boo. It's because Shane did the babyface thing. Since the crowd doesn't like the Reigns and the Roman, right? You book them with the odds against them, like these guys are going to beat the piss out of them. So he's doing the crowd a favor. That's all right. So Shane theoretically is still the baby.
Shane is basically on the side of the people. Makes sense.
Okay. Dr. Phil.
Nope.
There was a backstage segment.
That's what I was hoping we skipped. Nope.
No,
nope.
Wait.
Nope.
No. Why are we skipping Philip?
Why are we not skipping Philip?
First of all, why is Dr. Phil so tall?
Second of all, why is he here? Why is he here? And Dr. Phil's like 6'3".
Yo, I didn't think that he was so fucking tall.
Did you not ever see him and Oprah stand next to each other? He towers her, bro.
Like, I've actually never, no. I've always seen Dr. Phillips sitting down.
He towers over people. He's like 6'3".
I didn't know that. So when he came out there with the Flairs and the Charlottes, I'm like, whoa.
No sold. Anywho, so what happened? We had a match.
There was a woo off,
Stop.
right? Woo
Stop.
Well,
no, there was no woo off.
Yeah, because your man Flair was trying to woo, and he cut him back off with the woo. 3 times, Ric Flair turns his back, ready to walk away. He woos him in the back.
We are legit breaking kayfabe here by mentioning this guy.
How you woo this guy in the back?
You are mentioning this guy that had zero influence on anything that happened tonight. No.
Well, no. There is something.
What?
There is
What?
something. There's something for you to dig your
He's
teeth
like,
into.
what? He put the whole seeds in there, like, oh, Ric Flair might have to go do his own thing. We expected this months ago. We just didn't.
But he
We thought that this was going to come sooner.
Yeah, but that's what we thought. But WWE didn't let you think it.
And then we're going to actually. So what you're saying is we're actually going to have this happen, and we're going to.
What I'm
and we're gonna
saying.
start it
What
off
I'm saying.
with Dr. Phil Bacon.
Okay.
So that's what we're going to start off. Dr.
Phil Bacon planted the seed. Dr. Phil Bacon planted the
Dr.
seeds.
Phil
Yes.
Bacon. So that's who we're actually going to have.
It doesn't, even though we know it already, WWE doesn't allow you to know it until they feel like you should know it.
So when people look back and wonder, oh, exactly,
They're gonna say this is how it was
and
done.
it started with Dr. Phil.
Yes. The same way that the guys that debuted tonight, it wasn't Festus. All right, we'll get there. So
I know what you mean. Ric Flair should bring in fortune.
So all right, see, we got Natalya and the Flair of the Charlotte with the Rick.
What is Natalya's purpose anymore? What is her purpose now? What's her purpose?
What do you mean?
I said it on my review like last week. These two are gonna have a match, and when they do, I just feel like if Natalya lost, then really, what is the purpose of her actually?
Oh, I thought you were saying what is the purpose of the Charlotte and the Ric Flair?
No, not in the Charlotte and Ric Flair. I'm talking about what's the purpose of the Natalya and the making people believe that she is actually going to win a match against Charlotte. That's like her fifth time that she's had a match against Natalya on Raw. If it happened on SmackDown, it doesn't matter. But on Raw, a pay-per-view or a televised house show, this is like the fourth or fifth time.
I get what they were going for. I'm gonna tell you what they were going for. And it does. I give them kudos for it because it's very logical. You have the women's title, and the very first official defense of it is against someone that people have been making synonymous with women's wrestling. You have a woman wrestler. Everybody's like, yo, this has been like the best women's wrestler that WWE's had over the years. So you make the first defense against her.
It makes sense. Facts.
She gonna take this L,
of course,
but she's bringing in that era, and she's gonna give you that very first women's match that should set the tone of what to expect from women's wrestling. So it's a little bit of a homage. And it's also something that's supposed to set the tone going forward.
But how do y'all gonna feel when Lana?
I mean, Lana's kicks though.
But when Lana actually wins the title, how are you going to feel? How are y'all going to feel?
Well, I guess they're still training her up.
Of course, they're still training her up, and it's still fine.
So it's gonna be a little ways to go. But when she does take this win,
she does get this title.
I'm fine with it. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm fine with it. Because she could get good heat,
and then
she's not gonna get the Eva Marie
and
reaction.
then when Eva Marie,
all right, see,
that's what I was leading to.
See.
Then when Eva Marie, the all red goat, the greatest of all time, she is God.
Let me see, being disrespectful. The redheaded godchild. All right, so how many do we still have in
God
here?
gimmick.
Let me take a look. We still have 315 watching. My apologies. Thank you guys for still being here. We are pretty much at the halfway point still with a lot to talk about. I said this was going to go long, and damn it, we are going long. I knew it was going to be a lot to talk about. Told you. But thank you guys for being in here, hanging out with us, enjoying yourselves in the chat. I see you putting the chat over on the screen. That's why it's there. As we continue on, I think the match started out good, but down the stretch is where it started to lose me a bit. Like once Natalya got on not Natalya, what's that girl name again? The Charlotte and the Flairs. Once she took the offense, not saying that there was outside of her punches, not saying anything else was bad with it. It just didn't feel like. I hear this. I started to notice that it didn't feel like a a wrestling match anymore. It just felt like two women in there having fun.
You mean two women entertaining?
That's what it felt like. Because at first it started off with the grappling and the holds and submission locks and all of that. It was wrestling. But it's like when Charlotte took the offensive.
Then it just became a whole entertaining thing.
Yeah, but they were still wrestling, but it just didn't feel. It didn't have that same feel that it had when it started.
Because Natalya is a wrestler. That's what she does. She wrestles. She doesn't really do the whole entertaining part until she's like, come on guys, yeah, let's get into it.
You know what? That's probably where it turned for me.
Let's try to get into it, yeah.
Because they were doing good. The crowd was Luke for it. And then she starts pumping the crowd up. The crowd gets behind it, and then I think that's what took me out of it.
That's exactly when Charlotte took the offense.
But at the same time, the crowd should just be into it. Just be into it. They're having a good match. And that's where it kind of lost me there.
But
Charlotte,
that's the thing. They want to be entertained. They're like, what's this wrestling thing? Come on now, do a cat fight. And that's when Charlotte started doing the whole, yeah, we're going to entertain you thing. Woos, setting up sharpshooters, doing woos everywhere.
No, her sharpshooter was clean,
her sharpshooter was clean. But
her sharpshooter was clean as fuck.
Doing woos everywhere. Come on, everybody. Woo!
Hold up. Natalya looks like the child in the ring. Maybe I shouldn't have read that one.
What?
These women's tits. All right.
No sold.
All right, maybe not that one. Cena, Reigns, Marie, The Breakfast Club. Let's see. Why is it? What about your gimmick, RBI? What about your gimmick about hair, about women's hair and looking good? Gimmick.
Well, shout out to everybody that's in here. 192 likes, Waza. 8 more to 200. How do you feel?
I feel like that's not 700. And the last time I looked at the likes and it disappointed me, I shut off the stream.
How about we get that to 7,000 by the end of the night? How about we get that to 7,000?
God,
it could happen. It could happen.
It could. It's very possible. Absolutely. It's absolutely possible.
So remember, if you're enjoying the stream, don't only hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Remember,
I don't even think I should call my reviews anymore. It's just talking and podcasting at this point, because you just be talking.
Yeah, it is. But that's what
there's no structure to these hoes. There's like a small bit of structure, but fuck it.
We're going in order somewhat, but it's there. It's there.
So the Natalya has the girl in the sharpshooter gimmick.
Natalya.
Flair tries to pull for the gimmick's arm, can't reach her. He gets a hold of the referee's gimmick, pulls the referee out of the ring. He sees Charlotte tap. See, now here's where I blame production.
Yeah, that's where they messed up.
Here's where I blame production.
But to be honest, really think about it before you even say it. Like, no matter where the camera was, if it was pointing.
Well, no. I'm not putting the blame on the ref.
Nope.
I'm putting the blame on the production because of this.
No. Like, no matter where the camera was, is what I'm trying to say. No.
Wait a goddamn second.
No. Goddamn.
Because you don't feel me yet.
Goddamn. Go ahead.
Here's what I have the problem with. It's not the ref. It's not where the ref was or anything like that. The problem I had was Charlotte being in the sharpshooter, looking at the ref, waiting till the ref to be pulled out, and then she starts tapping. Like, don't show me her looking at the ref and then she taps. Don't show me that.
Then you get a glimpse.
Because now we're too scripted.
Then you get a glimpse of the ref looking at her tap.
Yes, that part, yeah, that too. But my problem was with I didn't like that they showed Charlotte waiting for the ref to get pulled out and then the tap. Give me a different angle on the Charlotte. Give me a different angle on the Charlotte. I don't care about the angle on the ref and the ref seeing it because that's the ref's fault. The ref should have had his back turned the whole time. That's on the ref. But production should not have had that camera on Charlotte. They should have had that camera on Charlotte's back, maybe from the side, because you clearly see her waiting for the ref. It's like you're waiting for the spot. Don't show me the script. I don't want to see the script. Just show me what's happening. Don't show me the script. That was what I had the problem with. Ric Flair pulls him out. Ref disqualifies him, even though he sees Charlotte tapping, but we're not supposed to know that. Byron Saxton asked Dr. Phil how he felt about that. You want to answer him? Fair enough. So, we get a replay of Keith Owens powerbombing Sami Zayn through a table. And we get a backstage gimmick with Sami Zayn that I don't care about. And next we have the Usos. What was the Usos' reaction?
Next. I don't know what.
Why is a
There was
win?
a reaction.
Why is a when start the match? Please answer.
When start match, please answer.
Damn I. No, when start the match? Please. I don't.
When start match, please answer. Gaming always. I would like to say when gimmick spelling words gimmick. Same gimmick answer gimmick.
No, go back and look at the angle the ref called it before he saw Charlotte tap. That's
So what you're saying?
That's not what I saw. I saw the ref looking dead at
he
Charlotte.
looked at Charlotte. I don't know what the heck.
Before he started throwing his hands up. The angle I saw, which was them showing the ref and Flair right
They
there,
were, right there,
in a clear shot of the ring. That ref was looking in the
I haven't
ring.
recorded. I can go back to see the exact. You know what? I can do that right now with no sound. I can do that right now. I'm stuck on Roman Reigns' face in the middle of talking. He looks all stupid. Hold up, why is it stuck on that? I'll do it right now. It's all in the middle of the ref looking in her direction.
Has he raised his arms yet?
No, it's all happening at the same time. It's all.
But he sees her,
It
right?
all happens at the same time, but he sees her. As a matter of fact, he looked back, took a glimpse at her tapping, and still looked at Ric Flair and was still yelling at Ric Flair. I'm even looking at it right now. Hold on a second. Let me mute this for a second. Yeah, he's yelling at Ric Flair. He looks at her. He looks at her, looks back at Ric Flair, and then starts waving his hand.
There's your angle.
You can't be telling me that the ref did not see that. The ref clearly saw that.
So the Usos and the Outcasts of the Social
Next
happened. So after the match, while the Souls are Uso, I gotta find a way to remix their name. The Souls.
the souls of the
Souls.
the
Souls.
gimmick team gimmick.
The Soul. Those guys.
Those Samoan guys.
As they're up there, we get no music. They just get Usos just get lambasted, Oh yeah, keep that going while we do this. So they just get completely lambasted. Take it to the outside, and we have Doc Gallows and Karl Anderson finally making their debut, not as the Bullet Club as of yet.
I got human and I said,
but commentary is putting these guys over big time. Commentary's putting these guys over more than the crowd.
They even mentioned that they were from they traveled the world.
Said the most decorated tag team in Japan. They traveled the world, 3-time New Japan tag team champions.
I'm actually more surprised that they even mentioned these things than anything else that happened tonight.
I think they're trying to build a relationship with New Japan.
This is a given. Most of the damn.
So that they can, Triple H is teaching Vince how to steal players.
Yeah, but at the same time, New Japan right now is very salty that they just took away their top talent.
They're
You know,
did you
know this.
No one else. Did you see the result? Did you see the result with Okada?
I did not see the result.
Okada took this L to the forehead to Kato. I can't say his name, but I've seen his matches.
I did not. I heard about it.
This guy's gimmick is clean as fuck. All right, you remember WrestleMania? Wrestle Kingdom 9. He's the guy that had AJ Styles.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, so you already know who he is. And I watched Wrestle Kingdom 10. His entrance, because he got 2 other guys that come out with him. One dude came out with they came out with these masks and the scythes, and I'm like, yo. And then I'm like, yo, this is like I don't want to say like a Prince Devitt entrance, but it was just so badass. And he keeps to get, I like this guy. I like this guy. Okada took this L to the forehead. You could just go read the because what they did is they marched in a new era for New Japan. So they're trying to build up their talent. They're starting to build up their new era of talent, and it can't just be Okada, of course. So they're building up the new guys. Not new, because he's not new. He's been there for a while. But they're putting newer guys into those spots of being able to hold the title.
I think it was obvious once they had Kenny gimmick actually end up winning
Well, he was
Yeah,
going
he was
to
bound
end
to
up
win
winning
it,
that,
but it
yeah.
was supposed to take a little bit more time.
Yeah, they had to go a little faster because Nakamura leaving, and with with New Japan having all their players plucked, you build up the new guys, which what they're good for. Which when I see like the results of some of their shows, I'm like, damn, I wasn't expecting this guy to win. I was expecting this guy to win. I was expecting this team to win. They never really go with conventional wisdom like. In WWE, you do your prediction videos, and 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get everything right, and it's all because of positioning. In New Japan, they position motherfuckers wherever the fuck they want, whenever the fuck they want.
I don't give a damn.
They don't give a fuck. They're making stars over there. They are making names over there.
They're making names,
and that's how you do
They
it.
are making names for WWE to take.
No, yeah, they're gonna take them, but they're making stars over there. Whereas in WWE, we just need this one guy.
Of course,
Everybody else is gonna be mid card.
of course, because the way that this money works. But this is money though.
No.
But this
So I say that to say this. I really think that WWE is trying to build a relationship with New Japan so that they can continue to take their guys. And these guys beat the living piss out of the Usos. Thank you. So you got Luke Gallows. They're calling him Luke instead of Doc, by the way.
I just want to point out that you can put all the Bullet Club music because it's not copyrighted.
Nah, I ain't taking that chance. You are the music.
I've done that many times. Trust me.
I feel you.
Fuck it.
And I'm looking at it. I think that Carl Anderson was supposed to let Doc Gallows get some shine on the inside of the ring, but he kind of took it to the outside. And then on the outside, Doc Gallows is still waiting because they hit their what was it called? The Magic Killer on the inside.
Yes.
So they take it to the outside, and Doc is still waiting so he can get his shine. And then fucking Karl just throws Uso into the barricade, face and shoulder first. Then
That throw was clean as
Doc
shit.
is still waiting. He's like, "Can I get a fucking throw?" Throws his ass into the fucking. They just completely demolished the Usos. And commentary put it over. They said, "Man, why are these guys attacking the Usos?" So I guess that's going to be their thing there. That's going to be their first thing. So let's talk about the the big old elephant in the room, the big pink elephant in the room. We can stop with the gimmick. We can turn the music off.
I was done. Fucking me.
Oh, I thought it was still on.
Elephant
So
in
we
the
can turn it
room,
off.
AJ Styles, and now we have these two on the same roster. There ain't no damn.
Let me say
ain't
this.
no elephant there.
No, let me say this.
Ain't no elephant.
Let me say this.
WWE Universe don't notice this. We notice this.
Let me say this. Let me come over here to the mic.
Not this again.
Hold on, wait. There was no women. There was no good women to talk about. All right, let me back away from the mic then. So, did you actually hear me getting closer?
I heard the scooting. I heard things moving. You got real close. You almost there. I'm like, no. You ain't do it. Not my damn ears. No.
So
Calm that down.
I'm gonna back away from the mic.
You gonna calm that down.
Back away. Who whispered another man's ear? So
No other man's ear.
yeah, there was no Naomi, no Lana, no who else? Who else do people beat off to? Not me, but other people. Who else?
Emma.
No Emma.
See the picture that I retweeted that Emma put up?
With tits hanging out all stupid? Yeah, Zack Ryder ain't hitting that. So here's my thing about the Bullet Club gimmick. I personally don't want it. I don't want them to just debut and start with Bullet Club. Like, oh, they're here now. It's Bullet Club. I don't want it to happen like that. I want. We'll get to it. I just want them to come in, dominate the way that they did, and it materialize. For example, someone needs help, right? And they just make this thing happen. For example, let's look at CM Phil Brooks, right?
Who is this? You mentioned this guy again. This guy's getting over. Whoever this CM Phil Brooks is, this guy's getting over tonight. This guy's getting over.
CM Phil Brooks.
I don't think he's ever gotten over in any big places that he could possibly. But this guy tonight, though, you getting this guy over. I don't have no idea who this guy is, but you're getting him over. No idea.
He has tattoos. He comes out to whop out. So CM Phil Brooks had a triple threat match with the Ryback and the
When
Cena.
was this? When was this? I've never seen this. I'm pretty sure it was just Ryback versus Cena every damn time. That's never happened.
Now he knows that the odds are against him. He calls in an insurance strategy, which turns out to be the Shield.
Called out the Shield. What?
Yes, the Shield debuts.
I don't remember any guy named CM Phil Brooks.
Powerbomb of the Ryback through the gimmick table.
I remember that part, but I don't remember any CM Phil Brooks gimmick be part of it.
So materialized gimmick. So here's, and this is completely ripping a page out of the Solid Monsters gimmick, Schneebit. All right. Now, what he said in his idea makes such perfect sense. For those hardcores that love the Bullet Club, if you want to keep it within storyline, last AJ saw of the Bullet Club, he got his shit pushed in.
So we're going to be doing with that. No, that does not matter. That does not matter at all.
The AJ Styles is kicking the shit out of the Reigns and the Roman.
So you wish they could continue on from how New Japan actually ended it. But how Kenny
Instead,
Omega's leadership actually ended it.
instead of the AJ of the Styles being the guy to call them in, and then, again, this has nothing to do with what happened tonight, by the way. This is just fantasy shit. I wouldn't mind Roman Reigns making a heel turn in that being how you, because
Continue. Don't worry about it.
if you put the Bullet Club with the Styles of the AJ, they're not going to get booed,
Facts.
but they're supposed to be the heels.
Facts.
If the AJ Styles turns heel on whomever and joins with the Bullet Club and they just start destroying, I don't think they're getting booed. But you put them with the Reigns of the Romans,
They're getting heat.
they're getting booed big time.
But that doesn't matter because
And it's gonna be good.
you can
heat.
put them with
It's
Eva
gonna be
Marie,
that
they'll
good
still
shit.
get heat. And they didn't get enough heat or pop. They didn't get enough heat tonight, actually.
But let's run it back again. You put them with the AJ of the Styles, and they're not getting booed.
Okay.
You put them with the Reigns of the Roman, who already has some heat with the crowd. They'll get that boo. They'll get the actual heat that they want.
Okay.
They work very well off of heat. Right? And I think long term, see, here's where you call your friend. Here's where you could turn it upside down, right? So you have the Reigns and the Roman with the Bullet Club, right? Or the Gimmick Club, sorry. And this is going on for a good while. But here's where your turn comes. Because people want the Shield gimmick. People want this Shield versus the Bullet Club gimmick. But how do you get there? You got this man come out flashing.
Let's stop right there.
This man comes out.
Not doing this. Hell no. No.
This man comes out flaring his jacket all over the place.
No, stop.
And he flares it 2 times. He flares it to the right.
Everything that's
And when he puts the jacket back in on the
my
right,
God.
he's collected Carl Anderson.
Lord.
When he flares it out to the
my
left,
God.
he collects Doc Gallows and he pulls it back in. He flares it out and he puts him in his pockets.
There's a vortex in his jacket. And he's just picking everyone up.
His jacket is a black hole. His jacket is a black hole. Phil Bacon comes and flares his jacket and forms the Balor Club. And they beat the piss. They beat the piss. The piss has been beaten out of the Reigns and the Roman.
No, stop. No.
Why is this not happening?
Picking people up. He's just flapping over his jacket. And just sucking people into his jacket. Into the sides of his jacket. That's what we're doing.
Boy.
This is what we're doing. Oh,
yes, absolutely. Yes. This must happen. I don't see what's wrong with
All right, look.
This is good booking right now. This is booking 101. This is how you finally get to the Shield versus the Gimmick.
Shield versus the Gimmick Club.
Yes.
We're having gimmick bacon gimmick come out, and he's collecting all of his former Gimmick Club members.
Because
Instead of
you
AJ
see
Styles,
Flynn,
because when he was still in it, AJ Styles did not exist.
but hold on, wait.
He
what?
didn't. He wasn't. When Finn Balor left, AJ Styles wasn't part of it. That came after.
Oh yeah. I thought you was all right. I thought you were saying when AJ Styles was in it, AJ Styles didn't exist.
Oh no, I didn't mean that in the literal.
What you mean when Flynn was in it, AJ? Yeah, because when Flynn left, AJ came in that day.
Mm-hmm. But
all right. But personally, I think that AJ Styles needs the Gimmick Club more than anyone. AJ Styles needs to be
at
healed.
least you know it.
He absolutely fucking needs it. Him, right, the way that they have him right now as a face, nah.
And
If he was face AJ with Get Ready to Fly gimmick, absolutely. He ain't flying no more, babe. He grounded his game.
exactly.
He grounded his game.
Now you understand the interview that he actually interrupted. What was it? Sami gimmick. Actually, now you understand why he said the things that he said in there.
Hold on, which one you
So
talking about?
the interview that Sami Zayn had during the show, and then AJ Styles comes out of nowhere and he says certain things. He's like, I respect you and all that stuff. Me and you go way back. We fought hard for this, but there's only one number one contender, and that's going to be me, no matter what.
That's what actually should happen, though. Promos like that and backstage segments like that need to happen. If you got a match with somebody, you don't just let them run off at the mouth.
But then later on, to add on to that, it was his in-ring style, which we're going to get to, obviously.
Yeah.
Really
we're not there yet, are we?
Showed him from Japan heel AJ.
Let me
Except
scroll
that
down
he had
and see
to
where
add
we're
the
at.
whole. Why do they call it the phenomenal ample? But before we get to that, though, I'm
Because he did a Twitter survey and he asked them to come up with names and that was the one that he liked instead of the fucking
phenomenal forum, whatever the hell gimmick.
instead of the Style Smash, which I absolutely
That
love,
actually would have been better.
the phenomenal gimmick. All right, so actually this is the match that we're on. We're on Sami Zayn
But
and Gimmick
that's
Styles.
after those two come out, because I'm about to kill some dreams right now. Now we know what's obviously going to happen.
Hold on, wait, because I actually think I need to grab me a gimmick of water.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna let you carry.
Go ahead, and while he's getting that water, feel free.
I'm gonna run this
Run
ad.
that real quick, and feel free to hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. It's good to see that we got 202 people actually hitting the thumbs up button. If you haven't already hit the thumbs up button, feel free to. It helps out in the long run. It'll be greatly appreciated. And also, if you're new to the channel, if you're new to what you see, if you're new to the stream, just know that Wiser actually does this weekly or whenever the hell he feels like it. So don't be left out on the greatness that is the channel. Hit that subscribe button because it also helps out as well. Now,
All right, mate. I'm back.
now, as I was going to say, we all know what's going to happen with the whole Gimmick Club. We know what's going to happen. They're going to be with AJ, and if it ain't going to happen very soon, then it's probably going to happen at the pay-per-view when AJ takes the title off of Reigns.
I would love a heel AJ Styles, but it still won't help the reigns of the Roman.
But there is one thing. Now, I said it continuously. There is nothing stronger than the formula of how WWE works, but a contract is definitely stronger than Roman Reigns.
I'm interested. I'm listening.
Now, AJ Styles' contract, we all know, it is certified. He is without a shadow of a doubt.
He has to have at least one title.
And it is not just going to be the IC one. It's not going to be the US one. It's going to be the main one. That's the one in his contract.
AJ with the Bullet Club. If they let
And that's what's
listen.
going to happen. They're going to make that happen so quickly that you're going to be like, well, AJ came in what at freaking Royal Rumble? He already has Carl Anderson and Doc Callis, aka Festus, aka whatever the hell, aka former.
Here's what's making me sad. Here's what's making me sad already. Because as we're talking about this, I have this vision of the Bullet Club in my mind and how it worked.
WWE Bullet Club is now what you gotta. Bulletproof. No. They're not even going to be called. No, Bullet's not going to even be part of it. They're going to be called Baylor Club. He's not even going to be there. He's not even going to be there. He's still going to be in NXT. He's still going to be holding up signs that saying, "Where's Doc and Karl?"
Like, I don't see them just fucking people up backstage. I don't see them always being at the ring with a. I don't.
Because what's their purpose right now? What are they there for?
I don't see that. And then you also have how WWE doesn't have this, but like in New Japan, when you win the title and you get the award ceremony, you get the trophy after, you get the whole the shit that falls from the stuff from the sky, not the sky. Yeah, the confetti gimmick. You got all of that. All of that helped because as that's happening, the Bullet Club is still beating the fuck out of whoever's in the ring. You got this whole ceremony that's supposed to be going on, and they do it all the time.
And it's just going on. Everything's happening. You got the trophy there being set up.
And then, as the dude is beaten to a pummel, they start posing and taking pictures with the dude laid out
body right next to the trophy with the confetti falling.
We're not gonna get that. And it pisses me off.
Now, the thing is,
yo, AJ's pose it like, yo, it's just too good.
Now,
and we're not gonna get it.
Now the thing is, and here's the thing. I really want you to understand this, right? We both know that it's going to happen regardless. AJ Styles is gonna be helped out by Karl and Doc, right? To actually beat Reigns. And if it wasn't obvious, then guess what? They actually came in beating up on Reigns' family members.
Which is
gimmick 1 and gimmick 2.
Which is why this would make sense. Okay.
Now, mind you,
do you think they should have came in wearing black? Not all black, but like at least black shirts. Nah. Just plain black tees. Plain black V-necks.
They didn't give them time to actually think of a logo that's even similar to the Bullet Club. What if they came in just
yet? Plain black V-necks and jeans.
Plain black V-necks and jeans? No. Wait, what? Shut up. Look.
I'm gonna spit out my water.
They haven't even thought of anything to actually. They haven't even thought of a logo. They haven't even thought of merchandise yet. I would have at least actually have them out there with merchandise.
Well, no, because it's supposed to be a kind of like invasive.
Those guys weren't there. I get it. It's understandable.
Yeah. So how do they come out with merch?
Because they still haven't even thought of a name yet.
But why? No, I'm saying like, why would they come out with merch if they're doing like an invasion type of gimmick?
Because ain't no damn invasion there.
No, not like an invasion. Like, I mean, like these two guys are like, you know, what are they doing here? Type of gimmick. You know, what are they doing here?
What are they doing?
They are invading.
What are they doing here? You know. Why do we know so much information about them?
Yeah, so true. So this is something that could have worked right here. If WWE had already a working relationship with New Japan, and WWE has already talked about these guys a little bit, mentioned them or whatever, and they come in and they invade, then they could come in with Bullet Club merch, which could later get repackaged to whatever WWE wants to do. But since it's that WWE has already told us that we know these guys, where do we know them from? We know them from Bullet Club. So let them come in with their Bullet Club merch. Beat the snot out of people, and then they never wear that Bullet Club merch again, because WWE has already found something else for them to wear. Would that work?
Now, that may be possible.
But they don't have that working relationship with New Japan, so fuck it.
Yeah, that may be possible, though. That may be possible. I can possibly see that. But it's just so that it's just so obvious on how WWE is actually going to set up this whole Bullet Club thing.
I don't even want to think about it. This match, though. Very good match.
The match after that, all that happened. Oh, yeah, AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn. Great match. Great WWE match. Great WWE match.
AJ Styles was a lot more aggressive in this match. He had that demeanor to him where he was just, I don't want to say he wasn't vicious, but he was mean. Mm-hmm. He made sure everything he do counted. You know, he wasn't no wasted motion, and he just kept this look on his face like just mean.
And you know what the funny thing about this is, and how it makes sense that he was actually like that against Sami Zayn, because Sami Zayn went against Shinsuke Nakamura, a guy that went against AJ Styles not that long ago, and Wrestle Kingdom.
Wasn't that his last match?
That was his last match.
Yeah, I need to go ahead and check that out. By the way, that'd be Thank You 93.
That was Wrestle Kingdom. Wrestle Kingdom 10.
Yes.
AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Please do not come on yourself. You probably will. Remember to have a towel nearby at least.
The man Nakamura caught the bullet and did like a dance. All right, so.
But the thing is, what I was saying, the way that AJ Styles wrestled tonight was like you said on Twitter, and I even noticed it was the way that he pretty much wrestled in Japan.
If you look at any of AJ Styles' matches in Japan, and you just look at his demeanor, you look at his mannerisms, and you just look at his face and how he slowed the matches down in Japan, and you look at how he wrestled tonight against Sami Zayn, you would notice that those two are exactly the same. And then you look at AJ Styles' matches with Jericho and whoever else that he's wrestled in WWE so far, you'll notice a complete difference. A complete difference. Because he's a lot more upbeat. He's flying around a whole lot more. He's waving his hair a lot more. But tonight, he was just mean. And there was one point that made me really made me realize it. It was when Sami Zayn was on the outside of the ring. I think he took a dive to the outside of the ring. AJ Styles is on the apron. And Sami Zayn is running to him. No, Sami Zayn is standing there, trying to take a breath. AJ Styles just runs across the apron and fucking shin kicks him dead in his fucking face. I haven't seen AJ Styles do too much of that. It wasn't even a shin kick.
It was a knee.
I wanted to say knee.
It was a knee.
But it was still the kick pad.
No, it was a knee.
It was the kick pad.
It was a knee. It was a knee to the side of Sami Zayn's face.
That shit knocked him smooth out.
It was a knee to the side of his face.
He doesn't normally do that unless he's working that way. And then, I just started to pay attention to his mannerisms after that. Everything he did after that was just aggressive. And I'm just like, man, ain't no smiling. Another thing, he didn't pander to the crowd at all.
Which is something that they've been wanting him to do, but
no pandering to the crowd. He just kept going after him. All his other matches, he's pandering to the crowd. This one, no. Right after him. Now, I'm not saying that is the heel turn. I'm not saying that it's going to be a heel turn. I'm hoping that it is. I'm hoping that this is the planting of the seeds. But if it is, but Roman though.
what about him?
But Roman though.
What about him?
How do we get what are we doing?
What about him?
Because he's already going to get the reaction he's going to get. But then you're going to want AJ, if they're going to want AJ to turn,
yeah, no matter what. Why is it? It doesn't matter who's going against Roman. The person that's going against Roman will be cheered. It doesn't matter.
Does AJ go against the Reigns and the Roman, loses, and then out comes Anderson and Gallows?
No, it goes out against the Reigns. He goes against the Reigns and the Romans, and while
personally,
while he's going against the Reigns and the Romans, he ends up beating him.
Here's what I personally want. Here's what I want. Since it's so obvious that the Roman and the Reigns is going to win.
Wait,
this is the perfect time. Wait,
what now? But the way that this contract works, though. Wait. No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. I heard that.
Maybe you don't hear me.
Scoot was strong on that one. That shit was strong. There was some bouncing in the drag that was for that table or whatever the heck you have it on.
Now I'm gonna come away. I'm gonna move back away from you. You're gonna let me say this before I lose my train of thought. The way WWE has Roman positioned is so that everyone is thinking that it's obvious. There's no way they take the title off of him. He just won it back for a third time. There's no way they could possibly take it off of him. Now would be the perfect time for them to go in a different direction. Have AJ Styles do the Bullet Club gimmick, take the title off of him, and dispose of him. Absolutely dispose of the guy, right? Keep him off the TV for a little while. Have the Bullet gimmicks run through Dean.
No. You were so close. You were so close. I was with you. Then you went Dean. No. Because it ain't going to be Dean. It's going to be... Wait, what? Wait.
I'm not laughing.
You could not laugh. But yeah, that's what's going to happen. I'm with you. And if it's possible, that's going to happen.
Listen, I'm setting up the Shield versus the gimmicks for SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm setting up. You have them beat the snot out of Dean.
Mm-hmm.
Roman's off TV. He can't do shit about it.
Mm-hmm.
Seth finally is able to return. Babyface reaction. Destroyed.
Makes sense.
Who comes to save him? A hooded Roman in the reigns. Do they still boo him? He's been off of TV. He's helping the beloved Seth Rollins, who's just returned. And Dean is also out, who they've gotten rid of. How could they boo Roman? He hasn't even been there. A different guy has been at the top for the past few months now. How could they boo him?
Because there's going to be another guy, and his name is John Cena. Remember, this is WWE.
Would you just let me do this?
Go ahead. Don't let your dreams be dreams, as they say.
This is my. I'm nowhere near saying that this is going to happen.
But the thing is, sometimes
if they. But what? Let me ask you this question.
Possibilities are endless.
I'm asking you this question, and I want you to answer this with a bias. I don't like Reigns gimmick.
With the strong.
Right? So you're answering as one of those guys.
So I have to be like one of those guys. Okay, cool.
The Roman in the Reigns gets put out by the Bullet Club after they take the title off his ass. Fuck you. Mm-hmm. This is how you give AJ a nice little lengthy run. Mm-hmm. About 3-4 months, however long it is before SummerSlam rolls around. They're getting heat. They put out Dean, crowd favorite. Love the guy. Get some heat on these guys. Take out Dean. Mm-hmm. They destroy everybody. Finally, Seth Rollins returns. People love him. They soak it up. They're serenading the guy. They're throwing rose petals at his feet. They're singing for him and everything. Out comes the Bullet Club. Down. Beats the shit out of him. Fuck you too. Mm-hmm. The Roman in the Reigns hooded. Hasn't been on TV in months. He comes out to help the beloved serenaded Seth Rollins.
Will still be booed.
And people see the writing on the wall. Here's your Shield reunion. Mm-hmm. And they're going to take on the Bullet Club, who I'm tired of fucking up everybody. They fucked up Dean. They fucked up the guy we just serenaded. We're finally going to get our match. They still boo the guy?
And then Roman Reigns turns on them and joins the Bullet Club.
Well, no. See, I want to know. I want to know if that will work for the crowd. For at least for that time, for once, would that work for the crowd?
Well, it's like everybody wants the Shield to be back together so dang much.
Well, no. For a one-off match, that I don't want them to be like together. I just want a one-off match.
Let me work.
Okay.
They want them to be back together so much. Of course, regardless, they're going to end up cheering for Roman Reigns since he's part of that.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's the gimmick. That's the gimmick.
But at the end of the day, it can end up being that way. But if it goes back to the way it was, where Roman Reigns is getting pushed down your throat, it's still going to be the way it is now.
But
all they really need to do is hold back on the Roman Reigns. Now you're right with
that time off.
You're right with the time off. Of course, that works with a whole lot of people. That's the whole time off thing is why.
And in this time, he could tour all over the place.
Have his
he
face
could
on
do
everything.
all kinds of make-a-wishes. Mm-hmm. He could have his face plastered all over people's nipples, everything. The Roman and the Reigns.
I believe they do that already. They probably, some girls out there probably got tattoos of him and shit, or the logo. But regardless, that makes sense. And as a matter of fact, it's, to be honest, the whole time off thing is one of the reasons why people really disliked John Cena. But
John Cena never came off of TV.
But even though John Cena's off of TV now,
and he always won. See, these guys, they beat Roman.
now you see
where people don't expect.
now, but now you see the way that John Cena came back on WrestleMania, even teaming.
Why? Are
No. Let me rock. Teaming with The Rock, and he still got booed.
Why are we doing this?
Because even with that, you can still end up having Roman Reigns off screen, off TV, and chances are, even if he does come back and end up being with the Shield, you know, that thing that people want so bad, and especially if it's going to be a one-time only, the Shield versus the Bullet Club, people are going to cheer, yes. But as soon as it's over with, boos will continue.
Well, then I'm only talking about just for this.
Oh yeah,
this.
But the thing is,
they have to cheer him at that point, right?
cheer him.
Hold on, I got something for you. They have to cheer him at this point, right?
They're not cheering for him per se. They're cheering for the fact that, oh, look, it's the freaking Shield.
But here's my argument. Mind you, you're still playing the role of I hate Reigns guy.
Okay, fine. Let me not. Okay, then you want me to be illogical,
right?
Okay, fuck it. Stop being.
So when he comes out and helps Seth,
mm-hmm.
right? Because, oh my God, they took out Dean. Please don't take out Seth. Please don't take out. They're destroying. They got chairs. They taking it right to that leg that he fucked up. Out comes the Roman and the Reigns, right? No music. He just comes out, black hood and everything. Triple H style.
Yes, somebody helped out him. Yay.
With the vest.
Yay.
All right. Yay. Right. Yay. Right. And it's the Roman and the Reigns, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now they're thinking, oh, Shield. We're almost at SummerSlam. Shield. SummerSlam is going to happen. Jizz, right?
What you mean is, yes.
Right?
Yes.
They're going to do all that, right? Gimmick, right? All of that, right? So they're going to cheer. They're going to cheer for this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it would be the same people, because the same people said to me, when the Roman and the Reigns speared the Stephanie, anybody could have speared Stephanie and they would have gotten cheered. Yes, that's true, but it was the Roman and the Reigns that you hate. So why are you cheering that spot? You hate this guy. You don't cheer anything he fucking does. You're not supposed to. I don't give a damn who it is. So what you're telling me is you dislike Stephanie more than you dislike the Roman of the Reigns? Is that what's being told to me?
Well, that's a given. That's kind of the reason why because this kind of
Fuck
logic.
Stephanie don't get the reaction that the Reigns and the Romans gets.
Okay, fine. Fuck logic. Yes, I want Reigns to actually hit Stephanie in the face with her foot. I don't know. Fuck.
See?
Beat her up with a kendo stick. The hell?
That's where
Tell Roman Reigns to
I
whip out
start.
his dick and start fucking Steph right in front of Trips.
That's where I start calling people hypocrites, because they will say, I hate this guy, but if something happens they likes, even though the Reigns is in it, they'll cheer for it. You're not supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
So which one is it?
What you do, right? Because you don't like Reigns. Makes sense though. It makes sense where you're coming from.
So even if the Shield gets back together as a face group, that's supposed to be guilty by association. You don't like this guy,
Mm-hmm.
but he's going to be a part of them. He's getting cheered.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what's going to happen.
Ooh-ah.
So tonight's match, the Zayn and the Styles, great match. Simple as it. Great match.
Great match. Pretty much watchable. Like best match of the night, to be honest.
You could watch it again. It's definitely a match that I would say I could watch again. A couple times. I won't go too high. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and say Nakamura. I legit watched that Nakamura and Sami Zayn match about 23 times.
I'm way higher than you.
Fuck.
Like, even when...
But I've watched his entrance easily over 100.
How can you not watch that entrance? It's so clean.
Easily. Like, I've watched that match and rewound his entrance.
And then he just does
like,
the whole thing, I will come from behind him, and then...
And then, like, when he go down, the way he just tapped the ground and popped back up. Yeah, that shit was so clear. I'm about to listen to it right
and then
now.
the perfect pop, right? The perfect pop. And when he got in the ring and he did the whole, the perfect pop.
WWE just didn't know to turn the music.
Well, yeah, that was their problem. They'll always have that problem.
They kind of John
But it was still the perfect. But then you see the wink.
Yo,
I had to put that as a gift. That's how clean that wink was.
I legit anytime I watch that match, I rewind his interest 10 times before I even get to the match. I just can't stop watching this shit. I can't. So up next we got the Cruise and the Apollo.
My guy. That's my guy.
Well then you can have this one because
that's my guy, so I can probably shit on him.
You know,
we already talked about I've been doing this for a while.
We already talked about the whole game. Oh wait, hold up. No, we didn't get that yet. Well, we can skip to it and then we'll go. Oh no, yeah, we can skip to that and then we'll circle back to the Jericho of the Dean.
I wish we didn't have to, but okay. Look,
we can fly.
As much as Apollo Crews is my guy, the problem that I actually had with him just coming out,
he shouldn't have found his water. That's the problem.
Stop it. Just coming out, and yes,
I'm drinking water right now.
Does not have a character. He is just a guy that has a big shit-eating grin that wrestles. And yes, people may not get behind that, such as Wiser.
The crowd already doesn't give a fuck.
Because of the fact that they've had this guy shoot up to the main roster with nothing behind him.
They got to do something immediately.
How in the fuck is that even possible?
They already started him off wrong by putting him with the Social Outcasts.
Look here, they shot him up. They shot him up as fast as they should end up shooting up Shinsuke Nakamura. The problem with that is everyone and their grandmother by now, even if they don't know New Japan.
Well, Cruz was there since Brooklyn, which was SummerSlam time, right?
Let me.
He was there for a while.
Let me finish. Now they've shot this guy up. Okay. Now, if it was Shinsuke Nakamura, everybody and their grandmother would have been behind that. I'm not even behind the fact that Apollo Crews is on the main roster because of the fact that where's the build to having him on the main roster?
They didn't put enough concentration on him in NXT.
They didn't. How is it his last match, him, jobbing to Elias Sampson in NXT? What?
No, he beat him.
He beat him?
Yeah, he beat Elias Sampson.
How is it his last match, him beating Elias Sampson?
How is it against his last match shouldn't have been against the Drift? That's what you're saying. Okay. They didn't develop him.
I'm still baffled by the fact that the same month that he was in there,
they called him an athletic milk dud.
What?
Cameron Harris called this man an athletic milk dud. An
athletic
milk dud. Yo.
He's gonna end up doing the whole vine with the milk dust in his head.
Oh, you saw the milk dud gimmick? Dude with the milk duds in his hand? And then he moved his hand and it was this man's head? Yo, you can't tell me you ain't think that was a milk dud in his hand, yo.
Wait, why is that milk?
I'm like, yo, why is the milk dud?
Moves in slow motion. That the dude moves his head. I'm like, yo, why is it?
This shit like a perfect milk dud.
I'm over here like, Carter, is that you? What the?
Yo,
Chase this.
That milk dud. That milk dud was so fucking perfect.
That shit was hilarious. But regardless of him having a milk dud head, right?
Clean.
As I put these mofos in timeout. Regardless of that,
well, I didn't get a chance to see him, so they didn't get put over.
They shot this man up too damn fast. I didn't understand how in the same month that he debuted on NXT, he ended up getting a title shot. I didn't understand that.
The same month? Was it?
No. It was the same month.
No,
it was the same month. It was at the end of the month. But it was still the same month.
I mean, he was there since Brooklyn.
Yeah, he was there since Brooklyn.
Which is SummerSlam time.
Yeah. And he hasn't done much since then.
Correct.
And that's
they should have worked on developing his character.
And that's the main damn problem. As much as Vince McMahon, the reason that this happened is because Vince McMahon sees the potential that comes
money. There might be some money.
The money out from this man. The problem
you could get the black people into this
exactly.
guy.
The problem with it is you didn't mold him into something that is.
But I'm a brother. I can't get behind another brother that's smiling. If I'm mad, you're supposed to be mad.
It's just a plain old thug. New Day
like if I'm mad, ain't no reason for him to be smiling.
New Day smiles all the time. They are POP, power of positivity.
Yeah, but they've made that their gimmick, right?
But at the same time,
this isn't this guy's gimmick.
At the same time, come on now, this man.
This isn't this guy. Like when I see New Day, I don't see like I see brothers. Yeah, I see brothers, but I see like they dancing to the white man. Are they not?
Oh, okay. Well,
They dancing for the
they're
man.
dancing for the man, doing their own thing to help out to the man. Okay, I guess.
This brother right here, though, I don't see the reason for him to be smiling. Will he smile? I see why New Day is smiling. Why is this man smiling?
Look. At the end of the day,
Bacon, meatloaf, milk dud. Why is it what happened to your channel? I don't know. I don't fucking know.
you forgot gimmick, Austin, but yeah.
Yeah, you messed up a little bit. I don't know, and I absolutely love it.
But Apollo, man, they just didn't mold him into actually having his own gimmick, into having his own personality. He's just a guy that smiles when he wrestles, and the crowd was not into it. Not just because he was going against Adam Rose, because of the
And it's too early for the crowd to not be behind this guy already.
exactly, because it's like, there is more.
But they didn't have a reason to get behind him in NXT, and they damn sure don't got a reason to get behind him on the
Because
main
they
roster.
didn't build him up. They are just missing out on that. Why are they not building him up?
This is your guy.
This is my guy.
This is your guy. Smarten me up on your guy.
This guy
Tell me about this
This
guy.
guy is pretty much, he has been every damn where and has shown that he has basically the greatest moveset. Even the moveset he has in WWE, now are that good.
Here's what I have to say about his moveset in WWE.
Go ahead, because I'll totally agree with you on this.
Personally, I think he should be more grounded.
Okay.
And only use these big moves and these big flips and the carrying on once in a while and when it matters.
Okay.
Right now I feel as though he's overusing the flashy moves, even though his whole thing is too easy, which goes along with the flashy moves. But I feel as though when you're in the WWE, you gotta slow it down. You gotta slow it down and you gotta make those things matter. And you definitely shouldn't be using this stuff against the social outcasts. And the Tyler gimmicks.
Like, what are they doing? What are they doing? What is Vince?
Now, you know a lot more. You know a lot more of this guy. Tell me about. Tell me, did Uha have character before he got to the NXT of the
That's the thing. He didn't. And I know he didn't. But it made sense because you don't really.
It made sense?
No,
okay.
It makes sense because you don't really need that much character in order to get over on the indie scene. You don't really need that much, and it's.
So you're saying it's their fault because they didn't just fix this guy
which
up.
they needed to do. Which is the problem. That's the main problem. If you're in WWE, you got to have something behind you in order to actually be your own thing.
And Vince loves to reinvent people. Reinvent this smiling ass black dude.
Why am I seeing the same dude that I've seen in the Indies?
Now in the Indies, was he running around smiling?
Yeah.
This motherfucker had too much water, bro.
He was running. He was running around
bro.
smiling.
This dude, bro.
He was running around
This
smiling.
dude
Like
always smiling.
and the thing is, now that I see him in WWE and they watered down his moveset to the way that they want it, because even as you see it here, his moveset now has been watered down to what he actually can do. So now that I'm seeing this, it's like you don't build him up and then you just let him go out there and just do some plain old moves that pretty much the majority of guys that's not even his build can do. Come on.
So what you're telling me is this guy probably isn't going to work out.
If they don't actually build him up to be something, he's not going to work out.
They got to work on developing some type of character here. Now, maybe he's just one of those guys that just doesn't have any personality. He just smiles.
He has personality.
Okay.
He has personality, and I can see him becoming great.
Smarten me up.
It can happen. It's just that they've just not end up tapping, letting him just finding a way to try to get him to tap into that.
But you said you haven't seen any personality from the gimmick guy.
There's always
So how do you know that he has
because
it?
you can see potential. And you
So
can't
how
say-
would you book this guy? Like what would his gimmick be? Like what would you do with this
to be
guy?
honest, I can have I don't really have anything.
Would you turn him into Farouk?
What the fuck? I had to say the whole what? No, what?
Would you turn him into Ahmed Johnson? Like just a mad ass brother. Just pissed off all the time. Nostrils flared. Pissed off with a kufi.
You know what?
With a kufi though.
I turned to New Jack. I turned into New Jack.
You would turn him into New Jack. So he comes out to the ring with a shopping
Comes
cart.
to the ring with a shopping cart and beats your ass with it. I'm not talking about, oh, he's doing it softly. No, he is literally putting all the weight of this damn shopping cart on your back.
Because fuck you.
Because fuck all of you. Fuck your existence.
Like, if I see a big black I just came home looking ass brother, I need to feel like I'm watching a big black I just came home looking ass brother.
But
That's just me.
why do y'all think he looks like a big black I just came home looking ass brother? He's just built, okay? This is what happens.
Yo, this dude ain't just come home? This dude ain't just come home?
You know what? Since he got the smile too, you know what?
Yo!
He
just came home, he got the
got
smile,
the smile.
and Eva Marie was in the locker room. All read everything.
All read everything.
You see what I did
He
there?
had lube.
You see what I did? No lube.
No lube.
Ain't no lube. Ain't no lube in where you ain't at home. So Apollo Crews is used to this no lube gimmick. All read everything.
Use the sweat.
All read everything. There you
He
go.
did about 10 moonsaults on her.
All
to
right,
extract the
so
sweat. Now look, match disappointing. Disappointing as hell. Disappointing to it's like it's been a long time when I say the match is disappointing. This match was disappointing.
so this is the one time where we want Vince to put his fingerprints on something.
Yes. If it's not going to be racist, if it's not going to be low-key racist,
Yo,
low-key
it
sexist.
has to be Farouk with the nostrils flared.
Look, if it's
Cause you know how angry black dudes, their nostrils always
we're
flared.
not doing this.
Like their nostrils always flared when they pissed off. Oh man, they want to call him Bobby Shelton. You want to repackage him as Bobby Shelton? Okay. What about Bobby Benjamin?
No, he doesn't get his own thing until he actually gets over.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Like y'all can cut all of that until he actually gets over. The man is just Apollo gimmick Cruz, whatever the fuck.
Okay.
But it's so disappointing, man. And to see the way that he was in NXT, it's fine because NXT is considered developmental. They ain't developed shit.
Nothing was developed.
Nothing
there.
was developed.
So they just shot his ass up. Like, all right, he's talented. Vince, here, see what you can do with him. Because we ain't got nothing for the brother.
With nothing behind him in order to actually make him into his own star. Just fuck it. Fuck.
But to be
I better
fair,
be somebody.
his talent would have been wasted at NXT because they wasn't gonna do like you
The
got
man is
Phil at the
crazy
top.
talented. The problem that I actually have with that is they had him watered down. So it wouldn't have mattered if he was in NXT or not. They had him watered down compared to the other compared to the stuff that he can actually do. This is pretty much whatever.
So, do we backtrack to Jericho and Dean? It happened to set up a match with these two.
Yeah.
Commentary, for some reason, did not mention how Jericho walked out on him and the Reigns of the Roman
And
at whatever match they had, wherever they had it, and they ended up losing because of that. I don't know why they didn't put that over. They should have.
commentary also didn't point out how Dean Ambrose was able to walk fine even though he got butt raped on freaking WrestleMania.
Yeah, he should have been walking with his legs spread. So, yeah, that's the reason why they're having this match. They were actually supposed to have it at the Mania, but they had other plans for the Dean. So they had to find something else for the Jericho to do, which led to the AJ Styles, which circles us back to, okay, now we'll have it at the Payback. And we'll start it as if it's an actual feud. But why are we having this feud? Because Shane gave me some papers.
Shane gave me some papers. Apparently, this is my show now. Oh, no, actually, it started off with something that happened on SmackDown. That shows you how much people are supposed to care about it. It's
something happened on SmackDown.
Something happened on SmackDown.
Okay.
Dean won a match, and Jericho stopped Dean's celebration, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, okay, that's cute.
But who the mother... Why should... What? So? It's SmackDown. Like, so damn what? Then they mention that, too. Like, oh my god, it's such a big deal. It's SmackDown. If it happened on Main Event, it would get the same...
Wait. Lizard says Apollo came home with domestic water and all smiles everything. All smiles everything. Oh man, that's funny. Domestic water.
Goddamn.
Domestic water. That shit is too
Domestic
good.
filtered water, okay, man.
Oh
Had
boy.
that shit in a bucket like years. Look, this is a thing between Dean
That
and
boy.
this guy
And this man's still running around with no shirt on.
What is this shirt you speak of? First of all, let's just
A
point out that this man
vest?
came out doing an interview with himself. Of himself.
A vest, a tie, and no
No
shirt.
merch. No merch to sell. They don't have any merch for him.
A vest, a tie, no merch. That is hilarious. He's still doing it, and nobody's like really. Why is commentary not selling?
First of all, like my scarf cost $749 for $49.78.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a scarf and not a tie.
Yeah, scarf. $749.
Dean had the clip on.
Yeah.
Had an interview with himself, putting over himself.
Like, this is what we're doing? And then Dean comes out, and when Dean came up, I'm like, wait, what?
When Dean came out, I just looked and I was like, oh,
Why?
I really didn't care.
How can a scarf cost $750? ExpensiveAssScarves.com. That's how.
Here's my one gimmick. Raw knows that SmackDown doesn't exist, right?
What? What's that?
Okay, perfect. So this is the first time that we've seen Dean since Mania.
Yep.
Did he not wrestle Brock?
Pretty much got suplex.
What I mean by that is
Candlestick suplex.
what I mean by that is completely no mention of it.
Mm-hmm.
Zero mention of it whatsoever. Why?
Suplex.
Everybody talked about their time at WrestleMania on the following Raw. This man Dean takes some time off and doesn't talk about it at all.
Because Dean is supposed to be dead. He did go against.
So this right here is the walking Dean.
What was it? What was it that you said before WrestleMania that Dean is going to die, and they're going to have his eulogy on the Raw after?
I said this?
I'm pretty sure you said this.
No. Not everybody gets this eulogy. Well, from me,
No,
at
not
least.
from you. No, not from you. But you said after that they're going to end up having his eulogy.
I can't remember the last time I watched my match. I think I remember the last time I said something about the eulogy. No. Actually, I
Not
don't
you
remember.
saying
When
a
was the last time?
eulogy, just a eulogy.
No. I'm just saying some bullshit. You're supposed to put it over.
Oh.
All right. So I really don't care about this. Let's move
Yeah,
on.
thank God.
They ended up
Dean has lost his momentum. It's all gone. Let's just.
It was just stupid that they didn't have him beat Brock. It's just
And
absolutely
for what?
just so Brock could go home.
For what?
Just so Brock could go home.
At the end of the day, it's for what?
So we have a. Hold up. All right. Let me see what's
Okay,
next.
completely because.
Hyla package. Okay. So give me a second. This is gonna be really, really low, if you don't mind.
Oh.
I just wanna.
But no. You gotta end up having the sound, man. Just fix the sound. Just fix the sound.
right.
This is what we're gonna do. Okay, go to that. Then go to the sound. And then open volume mixer. That's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna scroll to the side. And then we're gonna see that all that down there. You see that?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's what happens with Skype. That's why you had to change it. So you can put it on 50. You can put it on 100. It doesn't matter. And then. Yep, you want to do that too. You want to fix that too.
I want to max that.
You want to max that. Now, go to that. Now you can play it. Just remember to lower the volume on the actual thing because it would probably be like stupid high.
Blow my ears out all
Not
stupid.
that low because they'll probably have a problem hearing it.
All right, so I need to play this continuation.
I'll mute myself. Go ahead.
Okay. Because I said that this scene was gonna set the mood for tonight's show. And it did. It absolutely did. And I have to finish it.
I mourned you, and I missed you. But I got a fucking family, Trevor. We were all gonna die. He did die. You reptilian motherfucker!
I didn't want it to come to this.
Yes, you did! You just don't have the fucking balls to do it! But I do!
I got more to lose than you.
Never a truer word has been spoken, brother! Now, pull the fucking trigger!
I'm gonna pull that trigger. We had a match tonight with LON, Roman Reigns.
This is just LON and Roman Reigns. That's it. Wait, no. Uh-oh. Oh, that's why. That's why. So.
And the grave has been dug up.
Oh, damn. It's been months, guys. It has been months. I don't know why. I don't know why he's about to say what he's why Waz is about to say what he's about to say. But
Primo and Epico.
So
yes.
Yes. They're back. Yes. Puerto Rican
Primo and
sensations.
Epico.
Yes.
In the Puerto Rican infomercial.
Yes. Yes. Primo and Epico are back, goddammit. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay. So first, let me set the scene here.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, I buried a faction. I completely buried a faction right off a eulogy. Because these guys meant absolutely nothing to WWE. They did nothing but get our hopes up all the time. All the time. Only for us to always be let down. Which pretty much let me know WWE had nothing for these guys. They didn't know what to do with these guys. They were going to always fuck them over. And I got completely tired. This group was my favorite group, period. From the time they came to all the positions they were put in, to the burials that we've witnessed in pay-per-views of these guys, to the complete misuse of these guys, I vow that I would not ever speak of these guys.
Taste of freedom.
Until
something gimmick, whatever the hell.
I felt as though WWE
back to the top
actually would do something with them
of the stars
that would make me finally believe that they actually were going to invest
whatever the hell
into this group.
Whatever, I don't know the rest of the words.
And I saw something tonight that made me say, now they're taking them seriously. Do you want to know what it is that I saw?
Oh yes, go ahead, because I want to know. Because we're about to put the back. So go ahead.
I saw. It's so hard for me to say this name.
Bruh.
It's hard for me to say this name.
You gotta start off with a boo.
Damn, my stomach just growled
heard
crazy.
that.
Yo!
I heard that.
I just growled so crazy.
I legit thought that was you trying to start with the B. I thought, like, what the fuck is that? It was low, but it was still audible.
Here's what I saw. Reigns being kind of taken out of a match, right?
Mm-hmm.
I saw a kick out that 9 times out of 10, if this was any other day,
any other match
before WrestleMania, this kick out would not have happened.
Not have happened. Yep. I know exactly which kick out you're talking about too. But
Bray Wyatt.
And the what now? And the who's? And the what now? Who's?
Took a kick from Rusev where the ref was distracted. I'm not ready to go all the way yet, chill.
Okay.
Took a kick from Rusev when the ref was distracted followed up with the backstabber from Del Rio.
Mm-hmm. And that backstabber would have been.
That's if this is any time before WrestleMania, he loses.
Mm-hmm.
He kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that came across my mind is he's already with Superman over here, Samoan John Cena. And now he gets a Cena spot where he's kicking out of something that any other time he had no business kicking out of.
Los Angeles.
That, coupled with the fact that they're turning these guys.
Los Angeles. We're here. They brought that back. Don't forget that.
And then they put him near the Roman of the Reigns.
We're here. They're back.
I said, I think now is the time. Now is where I can actually believe it. Like, even with the WrestleMania thing, you see how I did it with the WrestleMania thing. WWE talent.
Mm-hmm. Nah.
My stomach ain't have to growl like that.
Yo, that was audible as hell. But why is it? Did you get all that you got? Do you have more?
Well, the lights went out. And the lights come back on.
Yep. Whatever the hell the town is.
Out
And it's two big guys that can't do shit.
Out are the Wyatt family completely trashing the League of Nations. I got it out.
The Wyatt family. It took it was hard.
I got it out.
It's hard for Wiser to say it. Months.
It really is. Like right now, like I'm crunched over. Like
it hurts his stomach. His stomach growled. His stomach said, "Sir,
I haven't spoken their name since Survivor Series.
follow the gimmicks."
What is Survivor Series? November?
Yeah. Survivor Series is November.
That's 5 months ago. Over 5 months, I haven't mentioned their name.
And now they're back, and Wiser thinks it's time for them to be mentioned again.
Do you think?
Now, Wiser.
Do you think I'm off base?
Hell
though?
yeah, you way off.
Okay.
Here, welcome to the burial session. This is where we actually put people back in the plot that they actually came out of.
Yeah, my stomach just
Look
growled.
here,
Okay.
this is what we're gonna do. Yay, we have the Wyatt family turn face. Motherfucker, for what? Because they beat up on the League of L's last week? Oh, now everything's...
Well, notice I didn't say that they turned face though.
No, they turned face. Oh, they turned face. Because a long time ago, they took away the one thing that people loved. Los Angeles, Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Yeah, and he did come out and say long. He did.
We here. I'm here.
He did.
So that's
He did.
just a given. All right?
He
But
did.
all is not forgiven when it comes to anything that the Wyatt family has done. They are buried. There's no reviving them. There's no coming back. There's no reanimating them at all because of the fact that, just because they tag teamed with Roman Reigns after they got buried by The Rock and John fucking Cena.
Okay.
And then, only then, just because you're cool with the fact that, okay, so Bray Wyatt is not being in a position where he's getting completely buried. He is going against the League of L's. A team with no momentum behind them at all.
They got Rusev.
Oh, they got Rusev. That's awesome. They also have Albert and Sheamus.
So can I come in and speak a little bit of sense?
Look here. You can try to make sense behind it, but the thing is,
That's what I do.
yes,
That's what I do.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, until the Wyatt family go against a team and actually beat them, that a team that actually has some momentum behind them, anyone that has some momentum behind them, it does not matter until that happens.
Here's the gimmick. I gotta let you explain it. I gotta let you understand the gimmick. Because if I do it, if I if I if I undig their graves, or if I dig up their graves after they get the meaningful win, then I wouldn't get the credit for being able to call it.
So wait.
So what I'm doing is I'm calling it before it happens.
But there's no meaningful win. There's not going to be one for them.
What I'm calling is that WWE is finally going to change direction
No, they're not.
with them.
What? No. Just because they're put in a position of where the people actually like them again, it does not mean that they're actually going to be credible at all.
So, again, they are going in a different direction. Normally, when you go in a different direction with a team or with someone that's been getting their shit pushed in, you go with a different direction, you start giving them the wins.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that's been missing from them is these wins.
Yeah, and to be honest, that actually has happened with a lot of teams. A lot of talent actually. The problem with it is they have been buried for months.
No, they've been buried for a
Years.
good couple years now.
Years.
Yeah, for a good couple years.
And they have been buried, how many times by Cena now? How many possible times by Cena? How many feet under the ground can you possibly be?
So what you're telling me is...
They have to stay there.
What you're telling me is... You don't think WWE is going to build them up?
No.
Would you like to make a bet?
I'm not making a bet.
Why would you stand by your word?
The reason I won't stand by is
because you know I'm calling it so. You know I'm calling it.
No.
I'm not bringing out the shovel for nothing.
The reason for that is, like I said earlier, I would like to make bets that are very difficult to see. It is not difficult to see that they're not actually going to actually do anything with them.
Wait, what was all of that right there?
I like to make bets on something that has a damn certain 50-50 chance. This ain't 50-50.
So whose favor is this?
This is my favor. They're not.
So make the bet then.
I'm not making a bet.
Well, why not? It's in your favor. Make the bet. It's an easy win for you.
Because it's an easy win. I don't like wins to be that easy. Like a challenge.
So make the bet. Why not?
Because it is too easy of a win. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm that type of person.
I want to make a bet.
Okay, you make a bet. Problem with it is, how is it that, the Wyatt family get buried for years and then just one night, they are worthy of getting mentioned again? No.
The answer is simple. It's actually, no, not one night. The answer is simple. I see when WWE starts changing direction in people. The same way that we both just sat here and talked about how we saw different mannerisms in AJ Styles. You see these small nuances that WWE starts planting with people before they start to change them in a different direction. Same as with the Roman of the Reigns. Same thing. What's the big difference?
AJ Styles, he came in a few months ago. All right? They didn't have him lose constantly to all these names that they have built up. Okay? With Roman Reigns, they have been building this guy up like ever since the 20.
So what you're saying is WWE. So what you're saying is WWE is just going to consider them a failed project and just not even bother with them.
Consider them a failed project? You mean in the same way that they think of Zack Ryder? Not really per se, but they're not going to put all their money on them just yet. If it does,
so let's circle back to WrestleMania.
Okay.
Since you mentioned WrestleMania and how they got they shit pushed in all stupid, right?
They're the electric chair, basically.
Yeah, well, no. See that right there. That right there.
That was an electric chair. That's what that was.
That right there. We call that symbolism. We call that symbolism.
How so?
They buried the still hard for me to say the name. Could you give me it's still hard for me to say the name.
Gimmick family.
They buried
the bacon gimmick family.
They buried the gimmick family. They buried the gimmick family that we know. That's how I saw it. Mm-hmm. I saw that as them burying the gimmick family that we know.
And starting anew?
Yes. The very next night, they came out brand new.
Yeah, with Bray Wyatt not watering his hair anymore.
Yeah.
Dry as a mother.
Yeah.
And so what you're saying is Braun Strowman is now big guy Braun Strowman. You know, he's there. He's still a threat. You know, and Eric Rowe.
That right there is the only problem that they have is that since Luke Harper's out.
Exactly, and that's.
I've been wanting to say Luke Harper's name fucking forever.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I
Everybody else, I don't give a fuck about them. I've been wanting to talk about Luke Harper for a long time.
Because I've been wanting to say this. Fuck Eric Rowan. Eric Rowan can go to hell. He fucking sucks. The end. Why didn't he get injured? Why didn't he get injured?
Without this, it is harder for them without him because now they're stuck with these two who can't work that well. So you're gonna have to mask it.
Mask it.
It's gonna be a long ass time before Luke Harper comes back,
yeah,
though.
it is. It's gonna be by the end of the year, actually.
Ew.
By the end of the year, that is pretty sad.
I just find it crazy how you don't see that anything is going to happen.
Because they're giving them a chance, but the thing is, now, like I said, I still put my money that there's no chance of them actually becoming a credible threat anymore. Need they be face or heel? Because yeah, you buried them one way, but now what? Now they're just, oh, Roman. Even though I can still consider.
See, I don't really care about that part.
No. Even though I still consider you an enemy, I'm still wondering what was their purpose to go against the League of L's. Oh, just because we have a common enemy. Okay, what did they do last week for you to beat up on them?
They just felt
like it. Oh, that's great. That means that the League of L's went against a team that got beaten up by a team that actually holds more L's than they do. What?
True. That is true. But they just felt like it.
Oh man, that's
they wanted to come out and set the tone. They wanted to start anew and just fuck somebody up.
So and you know what? I find it to be great that they're doing this with the Wyatt family because at the end of the day, this all to be set up for them to die.
To who? See now that it's gonna be a long time before those two factions go at it because they're not gonna. There's no way that they have that feud without Luke Harper. They can't.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I take that back. You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna end up losing to the Mechanics. That's who yep.
So let me run this back.
See you guys coming through and destroying them.
So those are my guys, by the way. So I wish that WWE gets behind them, like when they come up. Please.
Hopefully they do. Hopefully they get more behind them than they are going to for the Christ, gimmicks. Gimmicks fucking.
No, the Mechanics. They'll definitely. So here's a match that with Doc Gallows coming in, I need to see this match as soon as possible. This is like, this is gonna be a great ass match. The Doc Gallows and the Luke Harpers.
The Doc Gallows and the Luke Harpers. I mean,
that match is gonna be great. It's gonna be so long from now.
Yeah,
though.
it is. But
How you don't like that one?
I'm not saying I don't like it. It's just
You hit it with the meh.
No, because I want to see it before I actually really take judgment.
You hit it with the meh. So what you're saying is if this happened anywhere outside of WWE.
If this happened anywhere outside of WWE, I'd be like, yeah, I want to see what they actually do inside a WWE ring because at least I would know exactly what they got in store. Thing is, I don't recall ever seeing them in a match outside of, WWE or the Indies altogether. So I wouldn't know if they can actually put on great shows, put on a great match.
Run that by me again, one more time, short version.
I've never seen them. I've never seen Luke Gallows or Luke Gallows go against Luke gimmick, whatever Harper gimmick, outside of WWE. So if it happens in WWE, they would be fine. But I don't know what they both got in store when going against each other. I mean, I know what they got in store individually, but going against each other, I don't know what to expect. So
here's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering how they will let Luke Harper work as a face. like if the whole family is like, faces, right? Or, riding that fine line between heel and face, just doing whatever the fuck they want to do.
As far as I've seen, they're on that fine line.
I wonder how they would let him, like, will we finally get, Brody Lee? Will we get that guy?
Big bro.
Because if we get that guy, and we get Doc Gallows instead of Luke Gallows, we're going to get something good.
Brody,
we're going to get something
he
special.
comes out in a truck. Luke Harper just comes out at WrestleMania in a truck.
Like, the gimmicks could keep their gimmick. The gimmicks could keep their gimmicks. The only thing, all they got, these guys could be, I mean, they actually still are over. I don't think that they're a hard fix. All you gotta do is just let them do what they were doing when they first got there.
Then they end up going against that glass ceiling.
Yeah, see, keep that ceiling away.
Keep the ceiling away from them.
And here's what you do. Here's what you do.
Right,
you want to see
okay.
good. You want to see.
Okay.
I got good booking. I got good booking.
These were once your guys. Once upon a time, these were your guys.
I got good.
So
watch this good booking. You ready? You ready for this good booking?
You got faith. Show faith.
You ready for this good booking? These guys needs to stay. And I got the thumbnail because you sent it to me. Mm-hmm. Stay on Roman Reigns' good side.
Oh my God, no.
If they stay on that guy's good side, if they stay on his good side, they cannot go wrong. There is no ceiling in their way.
Yeah, there's no ceiling in their way. They're basically friends with the ceiling, is what you're saying.
Yes, it works.
Oh my God.
Become one with the ceiling.
You know the ceiling.
Get away from the ceiling. Become one with the ceiling. Become the ceiling.
This is have a handshake with the ceiling.
He offered a hug to the ceiling. Okay?
Oh my God.
There you go.
Okay. You know what? Fine.
Become one with the ceiling.
Fine. The possibilities are endless right there because of the fact that as long as they don't touch Roman, then fine. But if that's in the same way that they don't touch Roman, they can't touch Cena.
When the Shield is getting their shit kicked in, they need to be out there helping out the ceiling. They need to be cleaning the ceiling.
That's not happening. I know for a fact that that's not happening.
If they want to be smart,
that can't happen. That can't happen.
Help the ceiling.
That can't happen.
Protect the ceiling. Hug the ceiling. Leave sweat dropping off the ceiling. Don't get away from the ceiling. Stay there. Please stay there. They extended the olive branch to the ceiling tonight.
No comment. Shouts out to all the people that's actually watching right now. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, hit the thumbs up button. Hope you guys are enjoying this late, long stream.
I told you we were going to go long.
It's going to go long. I apologize for
but we're finishing up
I apologize for those who were, tired, who actually wanted to hear this from beginning to end. Hopefully you came back to actually listen to it.
Well, you got a nice long little podcast to listen to in your off time tomorrow or the day after.
And shouts out to everybody that's coming back to watch the stream watch the video up to this point. Appreciate it. Hope you guys do enjoy Wise's test layout. He will be making things better on his way to actually bringing greatness to here. Thank God he doesn't use Google Hangouts anymore. Just remember that Google Hangouts suck.
That was my gimmick. So how'd you feel about the actual match?
The match itself, it was surprising for the fact that they let Bray Wyatt work and the way that Bray Wyatt worked. Except that I've noticed that it's more softer in a sense. It's more like...
Well, he is still recovering.
Well, yeah, but it's more like even when he does that huge-ass, running body splash off of the ropes.
I think the dude was out of the way a little bit.
No, he was not.
Because he caught him with his hands.
No. I clearly saw...
Normally he catches him with the body. He caught him like his arms and his head.
Bray clearly moved to his right.
You think he moved to his right?
Clearly moved to his right.
Huh.
I
mean, it would be a lot. I think it would be safer for Bray if he hit him with his body.
Yeah, but the thing
because he hit him with the big belly, the gimmick belly.
But the belly does not have his arms are less impactful than his belly hitting them. I think it was Albert.
How much longer will it start? What are they talking about sometimes in the chat?
Sometimes they expect the show to be shown, and hope you guys are enjoying the review, man. Appreciate it.
Who's this new co-host? Keep this guy. Well,
That's all on you.
Man said he wanted to come on. He on.
Yeah, that's all on you. That's all I got.
I told y'all, when people want to come on, all they gotta do is just let me know, and hey, they on. I like this match.
Hope you guys enjoy me for the next 6 months. I'm kidding.
He's definitely kidding. But I like this match. I was definitely okay with it. The kick out definitely surprised me because I was like, well,
once that backstabber gets applied, that's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you got backstabber and you got Bray. That means he lost. And then you could just be like, Roman could just be like, he just wave him off like you're a fucking loser.
But then by Bray kicking out, that actually shows you that League of L's is still going to be League of L's.
League of L's is going to be League of L's. Not only that, but that right there let me know, all right, this guy wants to be one with the ceiling.
He wants to be friends with the ceiling. He hates the ceiling. He doesn't like the ceiling. But he has to.
But he must become one with it. He tried to hug the ceiling. He wanted to hug the ceiling. All right, so that's a review. So, do you still think that the the Raw show was just ass, or what? What you got here?
I'm not gonna say it's just ass. It's just Raw was just Raw. How about that?
So you don't think this Raw was better than any other Raw that we saw this year?
Better than last week's, but it's not that big of a deal.
I mean, but we got fresh new stories a little bit. We got stuff that we still don't know which way they're gonna go with. Like we're wondering on things, which is a good thing. Raw is typically ass when you just know everything that's about to happen.
Yeah, but it's more like the reason for that, at least from.
And with this one, they gave us a lot to talk about.
Yeah, but the reason for that, for me at least, is because when Doc and Karl, Machine Gun Karl Anderson, actually. They came out. They beat the crap out of the Usos. I'm like, I'm over here with my arms in the air, and I don't hear a freaking deafening pop coming out. I don't hear the bass in my TV actually getting blown out by the crowd. And I'm like, what is up with y'all? Do y'all not know these two?
You said the review longer than Raw. We're getting there.
True, but did we not break down every part of it though?
We broke the hell out of this hole down.
But
normally I'd be trying to get up out of this hole, but I knew that I was gonna go long today. I freaking knew it.
You had to mention these 3 gimmicks at the end.
Well, and I knew that I was going to be going in with like a lot of this stuff. I wanted to talk about the AJ Styles gimmick. I wanted to talk about the tag team Schneebit. I wanted to talk about I didn't want to talk about the Dean thing. I wanted to talk about I already said AJ. I wanted to talk about the Charlotte and the Flair.
This man actually wanted to talk about.
I wanted to talk about the Miz.
You actually wanted to talk about Dr. Phil.
I wanted to talk about Dr. Phillip. You wouldn't let me. And we put over CM Phil Brooks.
Okay, you gotta fill me in on this after.
In the ice cream bars gimmick with the Bootios.
It's 2016. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Guys, answer this. Is Seth Rollins better than AJ Styles? He is now.
I mean, look here.
He is now. Now, is he better than AJ, career-wise? No.
Hold on a second. Let me see if this still actually exists. Let me see if this match is still up. Thank you.
Is it the triple threat?
What?
Is it the triple threat? All right, let's see.
No. What I want you to do is I want you to go on Google.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Black versus AJ Styles happened in 2006.
ROH.
That is what I want you to do, and you can still hit.
That's some homework for them.
That is some homework for them. Now,
do you have a thank you number in the at for it?
That's all on you. I'm a guest on your show. That's all on you, right?
Well, they're not thanking me for that. You gave them the homework.
No. So, but this is what
you need a thank you number.
But this is what I want them to do. This is what I want them to do, right? Watch that match. See how great that match is. Now, imagine that as great as it is, times 2 better. And on a WWE stage, and not only will you start thinking to yourself, well, I think Seth Rollins may possibly be better than AJ Styles. You may think that, but at the end of the day, also think this. AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins is a possible thing to happen when Seth Rollins comes back from injury. Remember that.
So, you think, all right, what year was this again?
This was 2006.
Okay. And you have Tyler Black over AJ?
in wait, what?
I think that's what you said, right?
Wait, in this match, or are we talking about?
No, like at the time, just at that
At
time.
the time, I had AJ over Tyler Black.
Okay.
It's
And that's why I say
it's freaking AJ Styles. He's still
yeah, back then AJ, bruh.
AJ was God. You gotta understand that.
Bruh. But this AJ Styles today, nah, you give it to
He's
Seth.
more ground based. So compared him now to how he was before.
But if we say career wise,
AJ, of course.
Easily.
Man, this
I would
man's taking
say
titles from companies
easily.
that have gone under. What are you talking? Or going under? What are you talking about?
Because AJ, you could put AJ in the ring with anybody, and I mean anybody, and you was gonna get some phenomenal shit going on.
Let's have AJ Styles in a match with I don't know, Cameron. Maybe he'll make her look good.
Let me see.
Even Marie, I take that back. Even Marie.
But that is a good matchup. But knowing how AJ Styles used to be, I would have to go with AJ.
Yeah.
I would have to.
Yep. He wasn't called phenomenal for no reason.
Like AJ with the haircut, shit. AJ Styles versus CM Phil Brooks.
You know what?
That's what's in the chat. What do you want me to do?
I don't know. What? Who are these? Who are these guys? You are mentioning people. What is the CM Phil Brooks?
But yes, that happened before as well.
Yes, apparently I guess that happened before. Maybe in ROH. I don't know what a CM Phil Brooks is. It probably this CM Phil Brooks person sounds like a guy that probably used to have blonde hair when he was in like ROH. If he was ever in ROH, I don't know. The guy doesn't sound like a wrestler. He sounds like a UFC fighter to me. I don't know.
I would play his theme, but you know, shit.
No,
happens.
that's still owned by Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
So I actually looked that up. You end up getting copyright.
So yeah, I mean, there's that.
We've gone on.
AJ versus Tamina.
We've gone on for a while, sir.
Yeah, I think we're at 2.5 hours almost.
2.5.
Almost. So let me just real quick, and then I'm gonna wait a minute, and then like, do I hit the button now, like to stop streaming again?
That's hold on a second, because you still.
Or do I wait?
You wanna wait?
Because I did this.
You wanna wait because that'll end up cutting it right the hell off.
Oh wait, what? Oh, so what? What do I do?
You wanna wait before you press that because that'll cut it right the hell off. So you wanna give peace outs or any of that stuff?
Good night, everybody. Thank you guys all for coming to the stream and hanging with me. Kept a steady 300 in this some bitch up until 3 a.m. You guys are crazy. I hope that a bunch of y'all fall asleep and let these ads play. But if all of y'all were actually here this whole time, that's amazing. And I appreciate it. What you guys can do is come back after the stream is up and live. If you didn't drop a like on it, you can. Drop a comment on it. It definitely helps me a lot. And I guess I'll be streaming something tomorrow. But it won't be wrestling. I think I'm all wrestling out. Yeah, I'll stream some Madden and stuff. Wanted to make sure I got my setups all right. And
remember when Wiser used to stream on Twitch?
All right, enough of your shit.